weird if I click the new link and also get the video.
Yeah, same.
Click the one Peter link.
No, I'm on live now.
Yeah, it should be live now.
Oh, Peter's worked.
Oh, I can hear you. Oh,
It's always a bit strange when you can hear yourself. So I think I've pretty much almost eliminated Sagrada myself, just because it's a bit fiddly. But we could always, like, I'm thinking maybe do one game from now until the break, which I presume will be 9, and then do another one at 10, like 9 till 10, and then we sort of get to do 2 things. So maybe like Mysterium or Dixit in the first hour, and then we'll do Goblin Quest at the end if everyone's happy to do that.
I vote Mysterium to start with.
Same.
The one I've already got set up is Mysterium, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know how to play.
That's fine.
Either, so yay.
So Mysterium is, if I switch to the live camera, Mysterium is sort of like Cluedo, but with Dixit rules. So Dixit rules is where you have one person plays as a ghost who issues these blue cards that you can see on the left, and they all have like different things on them. So like they're very abstract cards. I don't know if it's focusing properly. And the idea is that you have to identify 3 things. There is a location, a suspect, and a weapon, and you have to figure out which one's which by the clues that I give you. So it's sort of cooperative.
It's like doing a weird focusing thing, like over and over, like focus, like every second.
It's because it's a stack of cards, I think, so I'm going to move them out of the way and just lie them flat. And that should be... so if I turn over these to show you an example, we've got like this drawn room, and then we've got, I presume, a gardener, and then the weapon of choice is an Ouija big seance board. It's doing the focusing thing again. Oh, bloody hell!
Layers.
So would you choose those and that's what we've got to try and guess?
Yeah, so at the start I would select these, and then on the other camera I would have, like, there'd be a choice of like 4 or 5. So I'd select one that I know is the baddie, and then I sort of have to convey to you through the cards, like who's done what. It makes more sense when we play it.
Yeah, I remember watching the video for this one. It was like, okay, once it starts going, you kind of figure things out a bit. So we're working cooperatively to sort this out, yeah?
Yeah, we can either work cooperatively, or it can be whoever finds the murderer first, I guess. But it's usually quite good to cooperate for this, because we can sort of all do like our own interpretation and sort of agree which ones, which by looking at the cards.
Do I need to write things down?
You can write stuff down if you want. It might be worth keeping a track of things, because, for example, I might give like 3 cards for each thing. So 3 cards for the murder weapon, 3 cards for the location, and 3 cards for the murder, and it's up to you to figure, like, to put them together and sort of build a picture. So I don't think the dolphin in the bowl of soup would be particularly helpful. I presume it's a dolphin in the bowl of soup.
Consomme.
But that would be a good clue if this was for like some sort of location, like maybe in the kitchen or something.
Is swimming pool an option?
There's quite a few, but what I'll do is I'll just put up the location cards, and then we'll do like a practice round just to sort of get everyone started and get a bit more comfortable. It sounds complicated, but it's not.
I don't know if my internet's gonna handle this very well.
Oh no.
They would have to constantly refresh the stream to get up to date. Yeah, but I think it's on my side because my internet is really bad.
Do any of you know the game with the werewolves and the citizens?
Werewolf?
It's like one of these murder games, but then half of the team is werewolves and the other ones is like citizens.
Yeah, isn't it just called Werewolf?
Oh, I didn't know that. But
Yes.
it's like a funny story. We played this last year at a summer weekend. We rented a house somewhere, and we were all supposed to close our eyes. And the storyteller was addressing me because I was the all-seeing eye or something. And we were supposed to nod, I think, but I didn't quite catch the game in the first round. So I responded verbally, and then everybody knew who I was.
Whoops.
I am pretty bad at games where I have to keep secrets.
Yeah, me too.
Like, one that might be fun for us to play, but I don't know how it would work is, yeah, it probably wouldn't be possible unless we had like the virtual, if we had tabletop simulator, is Betrayal on the House on the Hill, which I think did someone bring that to the meetup?
Yeah, Adam did, and I've actually got a copy as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun one. But I'm terrible if I'm meant to be keeping something a secret in that game. I'm so bad at it.
Okay, so this is our practice round. There's 3 suspects, and they all sort of have like clues.
Sorry.
What's so funny?
We will.
Oh, okay.
It was a team effort.
We're all just helpful. Okay, sorry, the 3 cards. I'm looking. I'm seeing.
I think it's the person in red because they're in red.
But I haven't put any cards down yet.
Oh, my decision stands.
So these are our potential murderers for this trial round.
Yeah, so usually you use about five cards for each sort of genre. But I'm going to start with 3 just to sort of ease us in. So this is the first vision card, I guess.
It's the top left one.
Why? Why do you say it's the top left one?
This is like a pirate ship, and there's like a sextant and like
Maps and stuff.
maps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, now I went with it's in a bottle and there's a bottle in the bottom one.
Oh, that's a bit more literal.
And I'm sure there's a bird in that bottle, which is like the feather duster.
And it's not a pirate ship, it's a violin with a ship sails. Oh, maybe because it is travelling. So maybe it is the cartographer.
Oh yeah, I only just realized that was not a normal ship. That was a violin. Oh dear.
Okay, that last one threw me completely now.
That last one makes it seem like it's the bottom card.
I agree. Because there's
Why?
smoke.
There's
It's
incense.
It's
Stuff
like
like
a
that.
potion or something.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I didn't even spot that. Yeah, there's incense sticks sticking out.
How would that middle one work? Other than that guy's got a hat and she's got a hat.
Well-
Certainly we agreed that it's not the top right. Yeah.
I have a theory because the things on the desk of the lower card, the murderer, maybe it's supposed to be like a desk with all kinds of items on it, and he is waiting on the train or something. Maybe that's the connection. It's like a pen pal relationship.
Well, there's
Or
that case that the bottles are in, sort of looks like a suitcase, like all these suitcases down here.
the other thing I thought of is that guy's dressed up awfully smart, like he's a bit posh, and she's also dressed very well
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I'm going to go with the bottom one.
So we're thinking the left thing means a bottle like the bottle. The bottom one is either poshness, or we don't know for sure. And the right one is drugs and incense.
Yeah.
What does Dan think? Because I don't think he spoke. Or at least I don't think I've heard him.
Yeah, let's go with the bottom one.
Yeah, the woman in pink was the character.
I was right from the beginning!
Because she's in pink.
In red,
And
Right.
red means bad.
yes.
So
Blood.
Does the game offer an explanation, or?
No, it's thinking in abstract. So same
Yeah,
as
but-
last time.
Phil needs to tell us the story of her murder.
Oh, it's quite an interesting one. Well, I
And
haven't.
why did it involve a bottle and a train and a caterpillar with drugs?
Well, we can build the story up as we go along, I guess, because we have to move on to the weapon.
Oh. Right, okay, so we have to do weapon and location, is that right?
I put
this-
four cards down just to make it a little bit more tricky.
Oh, this is location. Because yeah, it must be.
No,
Yes,
I think
yeah, this one's
I think
location.
she murdered them using a dining table. It's a weapon.
Maybe with her food, her atrocious cooking.
Or she
Yeah,
poisoned them.
everyone's
Look, she's
been
got all those
poisoning.
bottles and vials.
Is that a dog climbing the ladder?
To a mushroom.
I'm gonna choose a dog because it's really cute.
No, that's the clue, Dan.
Oh.
I cannot see these very well. I think my internet's so bad that I don't have good quality.
So top left, is that like an apothecary's table or like a hidden table or something?
It sort of, to me, looks like a drawing room with some sort of like cabinet inside. So some sort of secrets inside the cabinet.
Yeah.
But that's my interpretation. I could be lying.
Like some kind of taxidermy nature stuff on the wall there, or
Yeah, there's like butterflies in jars and
right.
shark jawbone.
Well,
And then
this
below that is a dining table, isn't there? With a shield and crossed swords. There's a plant. There's a is that a candelabra? Not candelabra, a chandelier.
yeah,
And
and some
tall arching windows.
fancy windows. Yeah,
Then to the right of that, it's what, like a hallway, I suppose, with a
Like a
checkered floor
entryway.
and a stairwell. And then above that, you've got what, like a swamp?
Yeah.
The tree in the middle, and because the dog was on mushrooms, I was kind of leaning towards that. But the second clue, now I have no idea.
This seems a
Um,
bit like the Rapunzel story, because the dog must climb something that looks like a tower, but there is no key hole for it.
Oh.
I'm thinking the woodland thing because
Swamp,
the colour
yeah.
blue is prevalent on both of those cards.
God, the focusing is destroying.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to adjust it just so it stops refocusing each time because it's sort of making it a bit blurry, isn't it?
It's making me feel ill.
Oh, sorry.
I can't look at it.
I'll put the last card down and then we'll decide. Or I should say you will decide.
You can vote, Phil.
While knowing the answer.
No, I'm joking. It's a joke.
Oh, that's perfect.
Ah.
Perfect picture. I've got that it's like climbing and like a tower, but I don't understand. I can't make a connection between any of those
I mean,
pictures
apart
towards a
from
tower.
the
What
bottom
about
right
the
one has
stairs?
stairs, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got
The bottom
two s-
right one has stairs, I think.
yeah, so
Oh,
you've got
okay, that
two
one then.
sets of stairs then, with the steps going up the hallway.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think that would make sense there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that seems to connect all three. I'm going to go with bottom right.
Yeah, so
I wanted it to be the swamp one because it's a cool picture, but
Yeah, so for that one, the it was the staircase in the bottom right, like the
Cool.
entrance was the correct one. So well done.
By the way, classy ladies in pink don't kill people in swamps.
that does make sense. That does make sense.
Good point.
She probably wouldn't go to the swamp. It makes sense. She's in this grand entry hall. But now the question is, what did she use?
I'm just wondering if that camera is easier to see things with.
So we've got a typewriter, a gun. Is that a frying pan? And a candelabra.
Oh, what's just happened? I just needed to go for like a minute.
We put the murder weapon options out, and I think Phil's now going to put the clues.
A gun, a frying pan.
A typewriter and a candelabra.
I'm just thinking of how she would have killed someone with the typewriter if she just wrote them this horrible letter and made them jump off the stairs and commit suicide.
Have you ever seen Misery? A frying pan because she's a woman.
Wow. I think she would have used a gun.
Ah, that looks like an apple.
It's like an apple that also looks
Oh,
like
and
a
a
butt.
cherry.
yeah.
Giant
It's all
floating
fruit.
apple butt. Well, that makes me think the frying pan because there's food.
I've never put a cherry in a pan.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, but it's still food. Come on, people.
I mean, I'd lean more towards typewriter.
See that lady? She's just written this fantastical story about flying butt apples.
yeah.
Why is there a train track and why are the stars in a bucket?
I think it's a ladder, so the ladder is used to pick out the stars from the sky.
Oh,
Fire
dear.
for cooking. Oh, or
or the
candelabra.
candelabra. We'll have to see the last one. But that's really cool. It looks like a candle.
Oh, the dolphin.
The soup. It's got to
fish.
be the cooking.
Yeah,
Instantly punchy.
yeah. Dan was right.
I don't know, it may not be the pan.
I think it's the pan.
Yeah, I think.
Jürgen, what do you think?
That's the only thing that makes sense with these three pictures.
There seems to be things to do with stars on it, though. Like there's a constellation in the background of the middle one, and
Well, actually, maybe we shouldn't rule out the chandelier, candlestick, how you call it.
But how does the one on the right relate to the candles?
There's 3 of them.
There are 3 dudes there. Damn it, Dan. I still think it's the frying pan. Simplest explanation, Occam's razor.
Has everyone decided?
Le Pan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frying pan.
Yeah, it was the pan.
Yay!
We should all be detectives.
Yes, we can determine very abstract clues.
You could put it on your CV. Problem solving.
Now, are you only dealing a limited number of cards to your hand, or are you just picking from the whole deck?
Well, I was picking from the deck there.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure the actual game itself is a little bit more challenging.
Yeah,
because
it
you only
is.
have limited cards.
I'm supposed to have 7 cards. So Pete can be the independent judicator, I guess, even if he is taking part.
The arbiter.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'll smile and go along gleefully.
So Carrie pointed out that I probably was looking through the cards and deciding from them, when really I should only have like 7 in my hand, and I should be choosing from the 7. Whereas I've got like a stack of about 120 cards.
You know,
Wow.
Yeah, because you've got to really think abstract. You've got to look at what you've got in your hand and how on earth you're going to make it relate to
Yeah.
so any
what you've got to get the people to guess. So it gets a lot harder. Because I remember the video I watched was like, oh, these are really abstract, and having to like think outside the box.
The problem as well is I have to choose the murderer, location, and weapon before I've actually got those cards dealt to me as well.
Yes.
If this
Oh,
was
that's really difficult then. You don't get to choose that based on the cards you have.
yeah,
No.
Yeah,
So it's randomly picking which one's going to be the murderer and etc. Then he gets dealt his cards, and then he's got to try and give us clues from his
Oh
cards.
man. Right, I don't think she was the cook because she's fancy. I think she got mad at the cook who cooked really bad food and hit the cook with the cook's own pan.
Nigella Lawson's very fancy.
Eh.
Delia Smith as well.
I think she fell on her own frying pans.
She murdered herself.
Did that little card move mean something?
I was like, what's Phil doing?
No, I was shuffling the cards, sorry. Because that was the practice round. But yes, it was the mysterious lady in pink or red, depending on how you interpret colour. And she was making a nice fry up one day, and someone was like, you can't use all the oil up to fry your eggs.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
So she, in a spit of rage,
A spit.
threw the frying pan at the poor innocent butler,
Full of hot oil and eggs.
and he went tumbling down like Humpty Dumpty down the stairs.
The kitchen was up the stairs. Okay.
Except Humpty Dumpty fell.
Wall.
Yeah, this is an upstairs kitchen. It's quite
On a
modern.
wall.
Hope you-
How were all your days?
Awesome.
Mine was great. I got lots of plants and some material and 3 books.
Where from?
My mother-in-law took me shopping today as a Christmas and birthday present that had been delayed. So we went to the garden center outside of town because I can't drive right now. So it's like she's kind of driving me about and then also buying me stuff because she's rich. And so I got a bunch of different herbs and a pepper plant.
Sorry,
Herbs.
what?
Herbs. Herbs. Like
Speaking
your
about-
dirty uncle.
Speaking about herbs, how did your herb event go?
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was actually really weirdly fun. The herb picking of it.
That's nice to hear.
Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, it's okay. We actually had, I think, 9 people, and you can only have 10.
Cool.
So it was good. If I had to kick people, I would have kicked people who didn't have any seeds. But yeah, no, it was actually quite great. It was really fun. I think everyone got like hundreds of herbs from it. Herbs. Yeah. And then so then we went to the fabric shop after we went to the garden center, and I got 3 new pieces of fabric. Ooh. Oh, there's some people. I can't
these
see
our
that very
murderers?
well, man.
Yeah, we might need them a bit bigger.
At least initially to get a good look at them.
Is that better?
Scottish.
Could we make that little screen? Oh, there it is. Oh, wow.
I can make that
Oh,
the full
okay.
screen for now if you want to look at them, and then I can deal the vision cards.
Yeah, if you could make them bigger, let us study them while you're sorting out your hand, and then we can look
Should
at
we
clip.
go by them one by one just to describe what they are?
Okay, so the top guy's got what? Driving gloves? And is that a medal?
An old racer, maybe.
Yeah, I can't tell too much about what's in the background there, but it looks like
Look-
maybe a picture of a
Looks
car.
like a car, yeah.
And he's got a big round nose, a hat, and a mustache. I don't know if that will matter.
He's sort of a race driver.
Yeah.
Okay, then below him on the left-hand side, you've got a lady with a bonnet, a pink outfit. There's a bell, and I can't make out what it is. It vegetables?
Yeah,
There's
like
a leek.
potato, leek, and they look like jam jars. Oh,
Okay, so leek jam jars, maybe some potatoes.
Where does the bell come in? Is it some sort of marketing?
Ding-a-ling.
Yeah, possibly. I can't quite make out the pictures in the background though.
Looks like we've got 2 Scots here.
Oh yeah. So the guy to the right of her then, he's got glasses, he's got a Scottish flag, a sword, a medal, and a little soldier figurine as well.
Yeah.
And it looks like he might have more medals on his blazer, possibly just underneath
Yeah.
the sword.
It's just like a war veteran. Or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like some kind of being officer.
The medal has a French flag on it.
It
Oh,
does,
so
doesn't it?
does. So he's got a French medal, but he's got a Scottish flag. Very interesting.
Huh.
And then the guy below that has got a sporran and bagpipes. And
Yep, and some
fabric.
tartan pattern, yeah.
And is that a tuning fork as well there?
It looks as if it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good spot.
Okay, so possibly bagpipey, musician-y type person. And then to the left of him, there's a rather dignified young old man with his grey hair. And is he holding a pistol in his hand?
Is that a gun?
No, I think he's some sort of blacksmith because he has a hammer and he has some kind of statue.
Yeah, but
But
what
it
is that
looks
shadow that
better.
he's got down there?
It does look like a pistol, doesn't it?
it does look like a gun, yeah. Whereas everything else suggests like a sculptor.
Yeah, sculptor of some kind.
Oh, maybe it's no, it's not a chisel. It doesn't really look like a
I
chisel.
don't know what that is. It's weird.
It looks like a iron version of a Wookiee.
Oh, the sculptor, the sculpture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil or Peter, is there any chance you could have a closer look at that card and tell us what it is in the bottom left-hand card of that card?
Um.
You took it away.
There's a man. Sort
What's
of
he? What's he
an-
What's
holding?
in the bottom left-hand corner? The black stuff.
Oh, it's like a lion, like a statue.
Right. Does that help if I put it there?
Can you not tell us what it is?
No, not really.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I can't
Well,
tell.
I reckon that definitely looks like a pistol now, don't you?
Yeah.
Now it's a
Uh,
bit clearer.
You mean the bottom right?
I think it might be a bottle, actually.
Oh, okay.
I think. Or maybe no, it's not a pistol.
Oh, okay.
The statue's like a lion, and there's some sort of either elderflower or some sort of mineral underneath him.
Not just like stone. Like if it's
Okay. And the lady in the pink, what's on the photos around her?
Like a husband at war.
It is on the top one with some coins, and then it's some back gardens of terraced houses, and then underneath it is people at a market stall.
Oh, excellent. So yeah,
Just
we're
looks
To the
rather,
market.
She looks rather cross as well.
I've been dealt some really bad cards here.
awesome.
Deal with it.
We've got to think really, really obscure now.
Okay.
Right, so the one on the left and the one on the right are both very similar shaped containers.
And I see sort of lights in the middle one and on the one on the right.
And on the one on the left.
The one on the middle is a bit unclear. It's a robot fridge walking a dog.
Yeah, normal stuff.
Now, I vaguely remember in the game we can guess as many times as we want, but can't you keep putting clues out?
Yeah, I can keep putting them out.
So basically, if we all guess and it's wrong, you can put another clue out.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. See, I was thinking the one on the left and the one on the right have almost a car-like shape, so to go for the top guy. But I have no idea how the middle card would.
Well, it's kind of technology. Just
Yeah.
kind of car.
So for every card that you can't guess, can I draw a card?
My first thought
I
was
think
maybe
that would make sense.
about the blacksmith kind of guy because he can create things. It's like the bathtub in the tree or the bed.
I thought maybe the war guy, because it's almost like the first car. First card is like war by sea. The middle one is on land, and then the one on the right is in the air with the planes.
Oh.
The one on the left definitely gives me a nautical feel.
I can add another card.
I'm gonna guess the top guy for my first guess.
We're all going different.
I'm gonna go with Carrie. I agree with the top one for now.
Okay. How can we do this so that people who haven't got it right can carry on guessing?
I guess if any of us have it wrong, we could keep going, I guess.
But then if we know who's got it right, then we know to guess their thing, don't we?
No, we won't know. We won't know who's got it right. Like basically, if we all put in a guess, and at
Yeah.
least one of us is wrong, then Phil will put another clue down without
Yeah.
saying who's right and who's wrong.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
And then we know like one of those people was wrong, but we don't know who. So
Oh yeah, tell us how many people got it right or how many people got it wrong. It's a bit like that game, isn't it? Where you got to guess.
that might give it away too much though, because if
Yeah.
two people pick one and then everyone else picks a different one, and
Oh,
he
yeah,
says,
okay.
"Oh, you know,
Like
two."
only
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah. So just see whether there was at least one wrong answer, and then we just go to the next. Or we could all just vote and agree on one single one to vote for, and then we can eliminate that one. That might be easier.
Okay, yeah. So if everyone just wants to say or agree on a card, on a
Alright.
character.
Quite a few people went for the war guy, didn't they?
I think only I did.
One person.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought there was.
Carrie,
oh,
both you and I voted for the top guide. Is there anyone else? What did the rest of you vote for?
A woman.
Okay. James is being second.
Jurgen?
For the sake of agreeing on one card, I will go for the race driver as well.
Okay.
So Dan wants the war guy, James wants the woman, and three of us wants the race driver.
So should we just agree to go
Should
for
we-
the race driver now?
Yeah, let's agree to go race driver now, yeah? And then eliminate that one at least.
And the rest of you guys can just be smug if you got it right at the end.
Too right.
Yeah, it was the race driver. I was trying to use the bathtubs as some sort of like vehicle.
Yeah, it does look like a vehicle because
So
it looks
what's
like
the
a
middle one
ship.
The middle
Sorry,
one's a
not
fridge,
about that dog.
a fridge robot thing.
So how does that relate to a racing driver?
Because the car's made out of metal.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
that's what I was
okay.
thinking. It was like a technological, like a machine like a car is. So
Oh, okay, yeah. That is pretty shit cars, really, isn't it?
it made sense though.
Oh
I
yes.
mean, we
Good
went
job
for it.
on this episode.
What type of plants did you get?
I got a tomato plant and some herbs and a sweet pepper plant.
So you got a tomato plant
Okay, yes, tomato.
and some herbs.
Herbs.
I got a Boston fern this weekend.
Fern?
Yeah.
Do you know that means phone in Geordie?
Are some of those different sizes, or are they just on angles?
Okay, so I can see the.
The focusing thing is happening.
It's
Okay,
because
so I
there's
think
no
there's
cards
a
on the table.
gun, I can see a candelabra, I can see the typewriter. What I can't make out
There's
what the top two
A
are.
hammer and like a rock.
A
Statuette.
statue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you make that full screen again, Phil? So we can take a closer look at them.
Oh, is it like the Virgin Mary or something?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The slut.
Gosh. I guess we don't have to study these one as much detail. They don't have as much stuff on them as the people ones.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, for the vision cards, I'll do like one at a time.
Cool. Okay, you can probably make this small again.
I'm quite impressed with the technique. Like making them big, making them small.
Honestly, this is so much fun, though, isn't it?
He's making it look very seamless and effortless.
I'm a complete mess at the moment, don't worry.
It's a coin with an eye patch. Coins don't have eyes unless they've got a mouth.
And is there like a
Mustache on it.
person in the background is like a
A
kobold
candle.
candle on their head?
You have to
You know, take candle. And the are the coins like escaping from a treasure chest
Yeah, I think so.
before the weird kobold man can take them?
So this is screaming the candles.
It
The,
is to me as well.
the thin menorah, if you will.
Candelabra.
Yeah.
I am, yeah. Jürgen, Sarah?
Yeah, so far yes, but I was hoping there would be more clues.
Yeah, there's more clues, isn't there?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm
surely
just putting
it's
them
like-
down one at a
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. That's definitely screaming candle still because of the bright light that's like breaking.
You had better cards for this one.
But maybe like the light is like a divine light, like the Immaculate Conception, and then the chair fell over in astonishment because he was so shocked. No,
Yeah, sure.
I'll go with the
Well, I also had this card to put down as well, if this was any other help.
Suspense.
I'm sensing a trend.
I got some good cards this time.
well, that's a bit Virgin Mary-ish to
I
me.
knew you were going to say that. I still go for the candle.
Why?
Because everything has light!
Yes, but religion is the light.
Not for me, it ain't.
Well, it's meant to
Yeah,
be.
know your audience.
It claims to be.
But she's summoned this ball of
Summoned.
light, and she has got a blindfold over her eyes. I think it's still all connected to the light.
Jürgen, what do you think?
I'm still going with candle.
Yeah, it was the candle.
Oh, you could have made that so much Virgin Mary-esque.
You didn't get to pick them.
I wanted it to be Mary.
Murdered by Mary.
Now, the statue would have made more sense for the sculptor if he was the murderer.
Oh,
the hammer.
yeah.
Oh, the hammer, yeah.
Oh,
I'm not sure why
yeah.
this car driver had a candelabra, but whatever.
He might have been in his home after driving around all day.
He may have got it as a prize from one of his Olympic feats. Is driving an Olympic sport?
I heard Galympic. I was like, is that... That's not what he said.
Olympic. Maybe he did discus anyway. Oh no, he's got driving goggles.
Ooh, these are quite different.
I'm trying to get all of you in.
Okay, so let's start on the right-hand side, the
You'll
lone
just
card.
appreciate my unironed sheets, by the way.
Hideous.
They're awful, yes. So we've got like a child's room. We've got a little one of those desks, a little chair, a doll, a teddy, a rug. Is that like a chalkboard on the wall as well?
For which?
For the one on the right-hand side, that's like a kid's room.
Ooh,
Oh, it's a
That's
picture
good.
of. Is that birds? No, that's not helping. Oh God! Oh God!
I think it's just wallpaper.
Ah!
What is it? The picture of?
It's just wallpaper, I think. I don't think it's a picture
Oh,
of
I
anything.
see.
It's like
Yeah, it
birds
is
and a
like
wallpaper.
This is actually really helpful for you to hold it up close so we can see one at a time.
it's very high quality.
So the one that's like above that is what looks like a tool shed, possibly. No, above? No, that was to the left. No, above? No. Okay. All right. So we'll look at that one. It's fine. So that one's no. You put it down now. Oh shit. That one. Yeah. Okay. That one. Okay.
Remember,
so,
it's on a delay.
tool shed. Yeah, we got a delay. It hasn't focused, but loads of tools on. Oh god, he's putting it down again. Loads of tools, and we're picking up other cards. So okay, so that's meat,
A pantry.
and then like a what is that?
A
It's a roof.
magpie.
Oh, it's roofs.
Yeah, that
There's
one's a
a
rooftop.
gargoyle and a cat.
And a bird. Yeah.
And then like what would you say that's a sitting room, a drawing room with
There's also a large piano.
with
Yeah,
a
Yes.
yeah,
but
There is.
that's got the Scottish thistle on it, hasn't it?
Ooh.
That's it.
And then you've got portraits up on the wall on that one. Okay. Oh, interesting.
Why was it stolen?
I was just checking it did have a thistle on it.
Couldn't believe Carrie.
I've got no inspiration, I'm afraid.
We haven't had our clues yet.
Oh,
Only perspiration.
yes, but lots of it.
Jetting out.
Oh, tools. Oh, that's got to be the tool shed, right?
Maybe they're carving meat. Is that a meat hook?
Oh. Oh, that's a good point.
Is it not a sickle?
Is that not?
I mean,
It's
it
a
does look like a
sickle.
sickle.
Yeah.
Yes, well, it's hard times.
Dan's
You use
just
tools
being
for a variety
contrary.
of things.
And is
And
that
we don't know
a
what
whip
cards
next
he's
to
got.
it?
Yes, it is a whip. Yeah.
You could whip a cattle. Whip a cattle. And then carve it and put it in your pantry. Or feed it to your daughter. Or
Because again, we don't know what cards Phil's got, so he could be working with limited options here.
It's the tool shed.
Yeah, my first instinct is tool shed with that one.
I mean, maybe it's actually a garage, and that's where.
Oh, holy fuck! What is that? That's the Eiffel Tower, and what?
Like
Some bees.
Bees in a flag.
or is
Disease.
it
What?
is it a straddling giraffe?
Okay, what? This doesn't look like it works for any of these. Except for maybe the rooftops, I guess.
I'm working with what material I've got.
Could I have a closer look at the locations again, please?
Bees make honey, which is stored in the pantry, along with your carving tools, which you can't afford, so I'm using a wood saw and a sickle. But the sickle can chop things like onions, salad onions, spring onion, scallion.
Well, actually, isn't that one of those things where you can cut grass manually?
Manually.
Yeah, sickle.
Yeah. My mum used to use a pair of scissors, but
What for? Like the bit.
legitimately, it was the 90s. She didn't have a strimmer, so she used to do the edges, like by the flower beds with kitchen scissors. I have a very vivid memory
Oh
of
my
that.
God.
It's a text.
Wow. Okay. So that's like a machine. I'm still drawn towards tool
I'm-
shed because you're
Yeah, tool shed, like a workshop sort of thing.
yeah.
Yep.
I have
Us-
no idea what the Eiffel Tower and bees and the flags got to do
Maybe
with it. I've
bees
really-
are busy and they make stuff, so they
I thought
like the
that was
tools.
built in a workshop.
Was that built in a workshop?
But I mean, the tool shed, like obviously tools used.
You
I don't
needed
know.
tools to build it, I suppose.
I like your idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the workshop.
Jürgen and Dan?
I agree.
I'm sticking with the pantry, but it's a democracy.
If we are wrong, then we'd get another clue, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Except you are right.
Yay! So yeah, the Eiffel Tower. What?
Eiffel Tower is made out of metal.
I liked
Oh,
the
Very
okay,
vague.
I like it.
bees being busy worker bee.
The bees sounds very good. I might take credit for that, but wasn't quite thinking about that.
And look at that, it's 9 o'clock. How perfect.
Before we have a break, I'd like to know what a race driver is doing, killing somebody with a candlestick in a tool shed.
Look, there's
So,
a little
what
race car on
happened
the
was-
friggin' tool shed thing.
What happened was he was racing, he was gonna win, he was so out for it, and his mechanic messed up, didn't do all the tweaks and fancy stuff that he was supposed to do. The car broke down before he could get to the finish line. He was so furious, had a blazing row with his mechanic, and ended up grabbing a candelabra that was lighting up the workshop and smacking him round the face in a rage. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty close to what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I would have taken the axe.
he locked the mechanic in the workshop and then used the candelabra to burn it to the ground.
No.
Wow,
Yes.
that reminds me never to get on your bad side.
Or how about this? The mechanic was working in the car, and there was an accidental petrol spill, and then the candelabra got knocked over, caught fire to the petrol, and the mechanic just died in the blaze.
Does manslaughter count in this game?
The guy tried to hide it, therefore it makes it more suspicious.
Well, we're just trying to find who did the act. So I'm gonna allow
Phil
it.
is eating a crunchy, if you can't tell.
I don't blame him. I would be if I had one.
Have you finished getting that crunchy out of your teeth now?
Start talking again.
Yeah, there's just a little bit left of crunchy.
Yeah.
I had a Twix earlier.
What was it?
Do you live next to a very noisy road?
I've just got the window open.
We're having a little break now, today.
Yeah, we're gonna have a break now. Well done.
Because
It's that.
So the Apple Watch has a Mickey Mouse face, and when you click on it, it tells you what time it is.
Oh dear, stop, please.
Yeah, I thought I recognised it. Somebody's got an Apple Watch. I'm seeing it in that space.
That's pretty creepy.
Alright, we'll have a 5-minute break. And then we can decide if you want to continue playing Mysterium or if you want to play a different game. Because I'm happy to do whatever.
I really want a Twix.
We'll go get a Twix. Got 5 minutes.
Do you live above the shop?
You've got no excuse.
I've got no
to not
trousers
have.
on.
Okay, that's an excuse.
I think if you had a whole shop's worth of confectionery, I would very much judge you if you went for a Twix over.
Do you know what?
Other
No,
options.
I always used to slag off a Twix. Like, who would buy that? Like, if I got given one, I'd eat it, but I wouldn't buy one. And I bought one the other day, and I was like, God, I never remember them being this nice.
I mean,
Start getting them.
I recently have I've gravitated towards double deckers.
Oh my God, they're a mouthful, aren't they?
I'm also partial to a topic bar.
Oh,
Ew.
Obviously, my primary choice would be dairy milk.
oh, it tastes like sick.
Really-
You know, my favourite is Boosts.
Oh, bloody hell.
Boosts.
They're about
like-
1,000 calories.
I know, and they're just
Healthy enough.
divine.
They're quite good. Do you know what the worst chocolate ever is? Yorkie. It just... Oh, I don't know what it is. I love the Ripple frozen.
Phil does this
Oh,
thing
I've never tried it
where,
frozen.
Mm.
Phil does this thing, continue, where he starts a conversation with me and then walks into a different room while continuing the conversation. So he's just walked into the toilet and was still talking to me while he was in the toilet 2 rooms away and expects me to hear. He's still talking.
Oh. Do you know what else is really good frozen? Giant buttons are really nice frozen. Like,
I just feel like most chocolate is really good. Like, I don't freeze it, but I put it in the fridge and get it nice and cold.
the freezer adds an extra element. Like, it makes
have to
it
try that.
crispy. Like,
Yeah.
the fridge times 10. It's... I think it's good.
After this, I'm gonna have to go to Tesco and get some chocolate and put it in the freezer now. This is your fault, Dan.
It's like a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Exactly. Exactly that.
Man, I'm looking on Twitter at other people's amazing game dev. And I'm going, why can't I do stuff that good?
You have done things that good. Your one is amazing. your game. Sorry.
But there's this cute running fat dude. He's in 3D and he's really nicely shaded, and I like him.
I've got a question about game development. How does, like, I get about the coding and stuff involved, but how does the art work? Like, how does art tie into that? I can't connect it in my mind.
What do you mean? How does it tie into it? Like, how do you make it display on screen, or
Like, how do I make it move?
right? It depends on what you're
Macromedia
talking
Flash.
about. So there's a few different ways. If you talk, like, I'm most familiar with 2D. There's a few different ways of doing animation. So like moving things about by code, basically the way it works at the lowest level is that you tell the computer where to draw specific sets of pixels on screen. And then you abstract that out a bit, because otherwise that would be horrible if you were literally telling it pixel by pixel what to draw. You have a file that contains those pixels information, and you tell it where on the screen to draw that set of pixels. So you can move them about, you can rotate them, and you can scale them. And then if you have sprite-based animation, we have the actual sprite changing, then you simply need to change which sprite you're displaying in that spot, but keep it in the same spot. That's how sprite-based animation works. In Armored Engines, we have puppet-based animation, so we actually have our sprites decomposed into like arms and legs separately as separate images and things like that, and then we actually move all those about individually rather than having separate sprites for an animation.
So it's pretty much South Park.
Kind of, I guess. But yeah, so does that kind of answer your question?
I think so. But how do you actually move it?
So if you mean like when your character moves from left to right when you press the right button.
More more like when after you've pressed the right button, how do you move it right? Along with all the arms and stuff.
So usually what you have is something called a hierarchy. So you kind of say, okay, this character is this overall thing, and it has these children inside it that are the little sprites that go inside it. So each arm, each leg, each whatever. And you move the overall thing, and that updates the position of all the little things relative to it. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah, and then so basically when you say, okay, draw this sprite, you go, okay, I go to the overall thing, figure out where it is, then I go to each of the little things and figure out where they are on the whole screen based on where they are compared to the parent thing, and then I draw them in that spot.
Okay, yeah, I think I understand that.
So if you think about it, like I have maybe a puzzle, in the real world, I have a jigsaw puzzle that I put together and I've glued it together so it's not going to fall apart. And I move it to another room. Each individual jigsaw piece moves with it, and you can think of them as like moved relative to the overall puzzle.
But I think I agree with you, Sarah, about the shading, because it's really clever that not only the puppet is correct, but the shading beneath it.
Okay, sorry, I'm back now. I've decided for everyone that we're going to play a bit of Goblin Quest. It's a bit more like sort of role play, where we all play as goblins, and it's we have to complete a quest. We have to decide on a quest and then complete a quest.
I'm not gonna watch the tutorial.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, you want us to create an account with this Roll20?
It's okay. It was very painless to make the account. Right. How do I? So do I click launch game once I've done that?
Yeah, if you press the launch game, it should start building some sort of map.
Okay, and I'm not gonna play the tutorial.
Yeah, I think you can skip that.
Oh, it's gravitared me. It wants to use my camera and microphone.
Oh, you can disable that because you can use video chat on this as well. So we can technically
But we
just
don't
talk.
need to.
Yeah, we can just talk without. Right, stop drawing on the bloody screen.
How do you draw on the screen?
There's tools in the top left, so you have like a freehand drawing.
Okay, that was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, you
Just
bloody
testing.
monsters.
Somebody being cheeky with the green text.
It looks like it, doesn't it? So if you go to the top right, there should be like a page toolbar. Oh, right, I can see what's going on now.
I didn't
Just
mean to do
stop
that live.
bloody breaking my game.
Is there a rubber?
Oh, Jesus, what's going on?
I've
Right.
just deleted everything.
Okay, cool. What's the page toolbar? Sorry.
So if you move to the top right hand screen, there should be like a page button. Can anyone else? I don't know if it's just
Journal.
Chat, journal, jukebox. I'm gonna go with
Oh
that.
dear.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Collection and a cog.
This is the part where I try to work out if I have to put everyone in a group. Yes, there is voice chat as well. Stop bloody ruining my game. Right, well I've made some pages for an example quest and it's not letting me switch to them, which is great.
How do I roll?
There's a set of dice in the top left.
I don't see that. Oh, it's a D20. Ah, okay.
Oh my god.
That's the result of 200 D20s. I might use this for some of my probability things that I do at work, actually. Sounds like a...
Right. I've turned on my camera, but I've turned off the audio, so hopefully it's not obnoxious.
Do we have to have camera on, do we?
Oh,
No, of course not.
I don't have a camera.
I just thought I'd see you guys. Hi.
Can you see us?
No, but you can see me, I'm assuming?
No, I can
No.
only see your virtual
What?
self.
What?
We can
Oh,
see your
fuck off
gravatar.
then. I've turned on, it's there. Oh, that's too
I
bad.
saw you, sir.
You saw me. I'm clicking this. Oh. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, we can see you now.
Oh, I see you now.
I know.
You're using a crappy web browser.
I'm
Right,
using
oh.
Opera, the best web browser.
Right, can anyone get to the journal tab?
I need to mute you.
Oh no, I accidentally I've clicked the mute button. Am I muted?
Okay,
Ah,
I'm on
There
journal.
we go, yeah.
So there should be...
It's blank.
Oh, fuck. Is it actually blank? I might
Yeah.
cry if this is...
Go on, cry.
Oh.
Ah,
Ah!
Goblin guy.
Oh, Goblin Guy Part 1.
Okay, so you can double click on that to make it a bit bigger. Because I can barely read that.
Dan, could you do the noise for me, please?
Which noise?
Woo! Or whatever it is.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, there you go. I normally say that when. No, I won't reveal.
Wait, so we each have
Never.
5 goblins.
Yeah, we each have 5 goblins.
That's a lot.
So I'll share my character sheet. It's not like shared it to everyone automatically. It's so. It's better than.
Where do I get my character sheet?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to make them for people. Right, can you see the character sheet that I've just shared?
Yes.
Has that
Yeah,
been
No,
up for
does-
everyone?
I've gone off it.
It's
Yes.
only have blank things. It looks like
Oh,
honorific, expertise, quirk, dream, ancestral heirloom, and nothing in them.
I'm
like a tip.
cry.
Don't cry. No crying, Phil.
Can you
This game looks cute.
see
Oh.
this one? This example.
Yes.
Groblin.
Yeah.
So we're all in control of 5 goblins, but we only play like one at a time. And you can see them in the templates on the bottom, like on the left hand side. Like these are our goblins. So like we've got 1 each because I think there's 6. Yeah, there's 7 of us. So I think we're missing 1. So what we do is no, we only have 1 at a time.
Oh, wait, sorry.
And what you do is you want to decide what your honorific is, your expertise, your quirk, your dream, and your ancestral heirloom.
We live in a high.
There's a lot of sirens. So the example one that I've made is the Goblin Clutch, which are good at fixing things. They all have these different abilities, and the idea is that you roll 1 dice. In that green box, it describes like sort of the consequences for each action. So if you roll less than a 4, then I guess something bad happens. And the whole point is like we build up a quest that's divided into 3 sections, and then we go through and sort of all take part. And then the difficulty is determined by the amount of people we've got.
How are people typing things?
There's a little text button. If you are on the top left, there's a pencil kind of thing. And if you click on it, you get 4 options, and one
Oh,
of them
text.
is text.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we supposed to just make it up on our own about what honorifics and expertise and quirks, etc.?
Yeah, exactly. Because we haven't decided what we're going to do as our quest line.
Oh, shit.
And then we got to do that 5 times.
No, the Goblin quests we'll do for like each. They all form like a collective, so they'll inherit their equipment or they'll inherit their like dreams or whatever. But we can choose to change them later on if that's okay. So you can decide like all of your characters to be like sort of brave but stupid or whatever. It's all just a bit of silly like role playing, so like we don't have to take it too seriously. Because the whole idea is that the goblins like only know so much. Like they're not like warriors; they're expected to fail. I'm just wondering, is it letting you create your own character sheets as well, or am I going to have to do that for other people?
It's not letting us. I don't think I can do it in a notepad if that's easier.
Are we not just using the 5 goblins below with Daniel Raphael bags?
Yeah, we could do that. We could just go with like things like if we just describe to people like what the heirloom is and stuff like that. I'm just going to move the map out of the way just so we can put some more goblins in. So Daniel has already started making his character. Jurgen's made some sort of troll thing.
For some reason, my
Mine are-
text has disappeared.
Mine are going to be the Penny Bottom clan that are good at counting things.
Can
Cherry,
you?
if you go on the arrow, click select and move.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're an angel. How do you delete things?
I don't know.
If you select on them, you should be able to delete them. So you should be able to click on individual things. Oh, you start seem to be able to move your text around.
Yeah, but how do I delete that stupid line that I've just written on there?
I just deleted it.
Oh, how did you do that?
I just clicked on it and deleted it.
Yeah, but that's not helping. How do I do it?
It's just, you know, the arrow in the top left, the select move. I just clicked on that and pressed delete on the keyboard.
Okay. There it is. All right, I got it. I got it.
Do I not have one?
No, you should do.
Oh,
it should
there's
be
some that
further
are
up.
above. Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
trying
be
to-
above all of you.
I'm trying to squeeze things in without, like, totally ruining people's drawings. Because I appreciate that Dan's obviously put a lot of effort into this.
Thank you.
Are you taking the top one or the middle one?
I don't care. I haven't chosen yet. I'm still writing my clutch information and my goblin names.
Well, if we continue this, I can always add them as character sheets if people want to take this. I just like this one because it's quite sort of silly. I'm gonna go for the one at the top.
Oh my god.
I didn't really find out how to add the clutch information.
You could always just write below the character. That might be easier.
I've written mine in a
How
other
do I
document, but I'll write it here.
delete?
Uh,
Oh,
th-
just press delete.
Yeah,
Select
just press
it and
delete.
then press delete. Yeah.
What is this circle?
It's just when you click on it, I think it's just to sort of show.
It's when you hold down the button it shows up. Oh, that's weird.
There's also a zoom in feature if you move to the top right, or there's actually a magnifying glass to change, so you can sort of zoom in a bit better. I just feel sorry for Hannah. You can take part if you want, unless you're just fine watching.
What is this?
Oh, I'm so behind on drawing. This is horrible.
I'm really liking Pierre Lequiche. Oh, I'm liking the cigarette. I might give myself one of those.
It's copying.
It'd be a cigar then. Or a vape. And I'll draw a vape cloud all over you, because that's what happens. That's what happens in real life. I actually can't select this. Got it.
Things I draw keep disappearing.
I can see your character's hair and green face.
Yeah, but every time I draw an eye, it keeps disappearing after I draw it.
Oh wow, someone's put a lot of effort in this. Mine's literally just eyes and a mouth.
Yours is cute though.
I don't know which one's yours.
It's got like a flower on its head.
Yeah, he's very.
Oh, do I not have an heirloom? What's heirloom? Oh crap.
The heirloom is just something that they've acquired, which may or may not be useful. So I've got the frying pan of doom. So the whole idea is that the expertise, heirloom, and quirk can give you potentially an extra dice roll, but that could be good or bad because you roll a minimum of 1 dice. So you could like roll a 6, which would be a victory, but you could also roll a 1. So you could roll a 6 and a 1. You complete the objective, but you die horrifically because each of the goblins has 2 HP. So once you take 1 or 2 injuries, you're pretty much onto your next goblin. So this goblin sort of can either be a representative or they can be the first one, and then you could maybe draw a new one.
That sounds like a lot of effort.
Yeah, that is a lot of effort. Let's maybe not do that. How did you get your
I still have to think of an heirloom.
How did you get your camera settings up? Because it stopped working for me.
When I logged in, it asked me, and I was like, yes. And then that was all. Oh, yours is changing. It's a black screen. I don't know what heirloom I'll have.
Well, you could acquire one on the way. Or just think of something silly.
How do you pick an heirloom? What?
I'll just have a lucky coin.
Expertise. What is that? An ancient fork.
An ancient.
I'm picking up rusty pennies.
I feel like I've used the whole area and some.
Well, you're making good use of room. I admit the character sheets spectacularly failed. So I can also I've just shared another document, which is an extra sheet which can help. So you can also decide if your goblins have a dream. So like if they want to be a traveller or if they collect things. Obviously Dan's dream, I presume, is something to do with eggs. Right, I still don't know how to get the webcam up.
This example is really cute. The first all goblin boy band. Did something break? Because I can't hear anyone anymore.
I think
We're
we're
just
focusing.
concentrating.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
everyone's just focusing it rather intensely.
Okay.
I cannot think of what to have as my expertise. I really can't.
You could have something broad, maybe. Something silly, maybe like singing, or you can. My expertise is that I can understand animals. I just can't talk to them. I can just understand what they're saying.
Mine's
Your expertise is going on strike.
yeah.
Oh, because it's French.
Yep.
I don't think we've got anyone French in the guild. I've sort of already planned in my head what we should do as Goblin Quest for this one. I think we should attempt to rob the guild bank. So, yeah.
My bad.
But I'm happy to do
And
whatever.
Penny Bottom's got counting things. Look at that.
Yeah, that might come in handy. This is sort of like GM-less, so like I'm not going to try and dictate it for everyone. But I think Sarah's probably got the most D&D expertise out of all of us.
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
So any questions will be directed to her.
Die.
Unless
Look, I drew pupil for my goblin's eyeball, and it went away.
I can see the left-hand pupil.
Maybe it can be pupils.
Yeah, but the other one
in
went
the
away.
right eye.
Okay, I've added it now, and it stayed this time. But sometimes when I draw things, it just goes away. It's like, what?
My goblin's quite busy.
What, so they might be reluctant to help someone?
I mean, there's a lot going on. I quite like Pierre Laquiche's earrings.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Someone vandalised my goblin.
I think you should keep them though.
Oh, my goblin is still naked. I really like Gobbler's like loincloth. Wait. Patricia Handelsbanken just looks like Knuckles. Are they meant to look like Knuckles?
Maybe it may have been inspired by Knuckles.
Kind of like how Jurgens is pretty much like a superhero.
Yeah, but an awkward superhero.
That's fine. Awkward, it's fine.
I really like how the mouth is text.
And the mouth is actually like one of those middle spaces.
Ah,
Oh dear.
all the squares moved.
Expertise, I just noticed that.
I'm just moving them out of the way.
Put Sarah's like next to a goblin.
That would be cute.
I don't think it's in the same place for everybody.
Oh no, because it scrolls around. Of course, that won't work.
And
Oh no!
I think it depends on how zoomed in you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. But it's nice that I'm in control of them now. I've moved them off to the... I'm gonna move them further over. Actually,
Ruined it.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna reset. It's too much hard work, this.
I was gonna say it's well, actually, it's 9:43, and we've only just made our goblins.
Well, I'm
Okay,
glad
had a
that
lot
we
of fun,
spent all
so
this nice
shut
time
up.
together.
Are we ready to start yet?
I hope so.
I've been ready. I can draw while we do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I should have probably just started. Okay, so is everyone happy with
I don't know
robbing,
how to roll.
robbing the guild bank? To roll,
You should.
You should roll a dice in real life and then tell us honestly, you know.
There's a weird kind of triangular symbol within a octo. How do you call it? One of those things with 6.
A
Hexagon.
D20.
Yeah, D20. Yeah, I see it.
What's
And then you
making
can
that
choose
sound?
which dice you're rolling. Okay.
it's the chat log.
Oh, I rolled 200 of them. Ooh, yay.
How do I change my as to not be Sarah H, but to be Huga Pennybottom? Oh, there we go.
How did you do that?
Oh no, my face is still my stupid real face. As in the settings on the top right. It won't let me change my face.
Who's put those bloody cards? I can see them.
You know, if we ever actually use Tabletop Simulator, this is just going to be 20 times worse. You're going to have to disable table flip.
That is my favourite feature.
Alright, so how do you turn on the camera?
I see Phil!
Yeah, hi Phil, but how do you turn on the camera?
I don't know, because I did it when I came in and it asked me.
But Phil just changed it, so Phil!
I'm just reloading it because it just crashed. If
You've
you
gone back to the corner.
if you click on the cog, you should be able to see a webcam under video input source, and your browser might ask if you want to allow to use the camera.
I do not, unfortunately. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
You could still click in the, how do you call it, the URL bar, and click the camera symbol.
I don't have
Ah.
a camera symbol anywhere.
Yes.
In my Explorer, it's in the URL bar where you type the internet address.
No, I've got nothing.
Yeah, mine's up there too, because I gave it permission. Maybe if you didn't give it permission. What browser are you using? Using Chrome?
Yes, Google Chrome.
Okay, good. Hmm.
Oh, well, it's not vitally important, is it?
We're going to rob this bank.
Yes, I'm just filling in the things.
You vanished, by the way, Phil. Like, we can't see you anymore.
I didn't mean to. I should be.
I could never see.
It says it's working. I can see myself.
You're just a black screen now. Oh, okay. I clicked refresh on mine and it worked. Oh, but I can be heard now. Stop. No, you vanished again.
I just refreshed because I thought that was what you were doing.
There, I can see you now. But is mine black to you now? Or can you still see
I can
me?
see you now. I just keep pretending to press push to talk.
How do you turn your camera on?
Now everybody wants to. I don't know. I think we've established that we don't know.
I think it's just luck and skill, and depending on which web browser you use. I use Firefox.
Phil, shouldn't we disable security before we break into the vault?
Yeah, go on. Let's do this.
Don't know what you're talking about. They were always in that.
I mean,
Who's changed my character?
I promise it wasn't me.
What,
It sounds like a lie.
No, I put them in, but other things have been changed. What have you guys been doing?
I can't see anything. Your character's just covered by 5 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can we put the people back at the bottom? Because that was kind of, I think it was maybe better.
Is that better?
Oh, hi.
It's just gonna get a drink. Okay, so far, we've got to find the location of the guild bank. We have to make a getaway vehicle, and then in part 2 we disable the security, break into the vault, and part 3 we decide what happens to the loot. I'm trying to think of something else that we'll do in part 3, unless we just decide.
Hostages. Ooh.
Well, no, if you've already broken into the vault.
Well, maybe we need to actually get away. Like, part 3 is get away from the vault with the loot, and then decide what happened.
You're very smart.
Fun to decide like a getaway location.
Well, we've got our getaway vehicle. We have to actually like have a chase sequence with the getaway vehicle.
It's 9:51.
Yeah, it's a bit late. Will we be able to save our pictures of our goblins?
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Oh, I hope
like,
so. I put so much effort into
like my
Trisha.
purple poop hair.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
We've all put quite a lot of effort, apart from me.
No,
You're
I
so
like yours. It's
cute.
really cute.
It is.
Okay, so the boxes in the part 1, part 2, part 3 are divided into like difficulty boxes. So we just have to get, you have to achieve victory. So if you look at the green sort of help guide, we have to roll. We have to roll a 5 or a 6. What is covered by shit?
The help guide. There's people all over it, and also cards.
There's cards.
Wow. Oh, I see the cards, but that's in like the bottom.
There's still like people's faces on it, but maybe that's just on mine.
Go to settings, and then scroll down and press reset player video avatar.
Haha! Perfect, thank you.
Has that worked?
Yeah. No.
I work in IT.
Sorry for whinging. I did look at that earlier, and it was grayed out earlier because I think Phil had control over it or something.
I was moving some about.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay.
Now the cards are.
That's amazing.
Hey! We can see you!
Hey!
You!
Oh, I thought you could see me all this time.
Well,
no, we can only just see you now.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I just refreshed mine, so it might have only just worked. Hi!
Oh, hi, Peter.
Hello.
Do you have something in your eye, Ted?
It's because of the outside.
Have you put trousers on yet?
No.
Don't stand up.
I'm more concerned that when I do stand up, I've got this massive window to the outside. I've put the light on, and I've not got any curtains. I've just got blinds, so everybody can see everything in here.
Yes.
Right, okay. So the boxes are the sort of victory objectives. So to find the location of the guild bank, we have to complete all 3. And to do that, you have to get a victory point, which is either a 5 or a 6 on the dice roll. If you get something, if you get a 3 or a 4, that modifies for the next person. So like if you get a bad roll, something bad happens, and then that penalizes the next player who rolls. So it'd be like a -1. The number of dice you roll is sort of self-determined, so like you get at least 1 dice roll, but you could use like your expertise, your heirloom, or your quirk. So I guess we'll probably start with. Stop laughing! I can see you laughing.
I can use my I can use my H to talk.
Okay, yeah. Well, Dan, we'll go first with you.
Advantage. What do I need to do? Oh, what was that noise? It's the cards.
So you are going to be rolling d6s, and
Everyone just turn into a D6. Literally. I've achieved a 5.
so you've got a 5, right? Okay, so that's a victory point. So the difficulty rating goes down by 1.
The what rating goes down by
I
1.
didn't see the 5. Where was that?
It should be in the chat log. Can you see it? Patricia handles
trademark
fingers.
Simoleon, rolling 1d6 and scored a 5.
Oh, I had scrolled to the top of the list, so it was the older stuff. I do apologise. There it is. We're keeping you up, Sarah.
I already took a nap today. I don't know why I'm so tired.
Okay, so I'm going to cross one off there, and then we'll move along to. I think James is James Gobbler.
Yes.
Right. So what happened then?
So Dan needs to describe what he did to achieve victory because he rolled a 5, and
I ate lots with my ancient fork and got sudden inspiration and thought, I remember I saw something bankish once upon a time. Does that work?
yeah, that's fine. So that's one out of 3 victory things for the location. So we're going to move on to James. So James, you can roll at least 1 dice, but you can choose to roll extra dice. And obviously, if you roll like a 5 or 6 for 2, then you technically complete the objective quicker.
And do we know what the previous people have done?
Yeah, we want to. If you roll a 3 or 4, it will like modify the previous roll. So, for example, if Dan had rolled a 3 and got something bad, then like he could have like maybe, I don't know, been eating some spaghetti and dropped it on the floor, and then Carrie trips over and so on. Apart from it, Carrie Gruber Davies trips over and loses 1 to their score.
Okay, James, what are you doing?
What do I need to do? I rolled a 2.
Roll a 2. You got damaged.
Oh,
You have to say how you got damaged. Half health gone.
I tried intimidating another goblin by gobbling a bunch of rocks, and I just ended up hurting myself.
So you have to mark off one of your
Health points.
health points. Yeah.
I'll just fill in.
Have we skipped Jurgen?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Jurgen.
I'm still here, but
We'll go
Oh, I
with
think-
we'll go with you. I was going by Avatar.
Right, that's fine. That's fine.
Or we can go by order. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
happy
we've
to do
already
either.
done the Avatar. I was just
Yeah, well,
continuing
let's go by Avatar.
going.
Okay.
That makes sense. So I'm next then.
Yeah, Hugo Pennybottom is up.
All right, Huga.
Hugo,
Huga.
sorry.
Oh, that's not good. All right, so Huga. Oh, what did she do? She thought she remembered counting the different banks in town, and so she was retracing her steps, but she ended up in a bad neighborhood and got mugged.
Oh no.
Right.
Ouch.
Gruber.
Oh,
Carrie
it's me.
Gruber Davies.
Okie dokie. So from Dan's original thought he could remember where the bank might have been, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to have a look, and I'm going to see whether or not people, from my bad smells, decide they're going to grab their valuable, precious items and leg it. That might give me a sense of where Guild Bank might be stashed. So that I'm going to use my body odor to identify where people might be stashing their valuables. Okay, so I need to roll a dice, or can I roll
D6.
more than one?
You can choose to roll just one, or if you can explain it, or at least you can roll multiple dice. But if you take obviously you run the risk of having double injury or double victory or so on.
Right.
So you could say your putrid smells could enhance your ability at luck in the guild bank because you can communicate with the tramps more easily or something like that. Something a bit more imaginative.
Okay, well, I was just hoping people would just grab their loot and run. But I rolled a 3, so and I've got a negative roll as well, haven't I, from the previous one? So that makes it 2.
No, I don't think you get negatives from me because I already got damage, so I took a negative from that already. So
I see.
just have
I'm with you.
So
Okay.
you give a negative to the next.
But I got a 3, so that's something bad, something unfortunate occurs. So basically, when I'm wandering around smelling bad, instead of people grabbing their loot to protect it from the vile stench, I in fact get them really, really angry. Get out of my town, you stinky, vile goblin! And they get really angry with me.
So Phil's gonna have to deal with that. Oh no, not Phil. Who's next? Super Troll.
All right. I'm kind of a lazy superhero. I'd rather be sleeping. So I hope that someone is near the guild bank so I can find it easily and go back to sleep.
I don't think anyone's found the guild bank yet, though.
No.
Good roll.
Now he had, but we had a
you have a
-1. So does that make
-1.
it a 3?
Yeah, that's another something bad.
Which means that it's something bad, and then it's going to have to something that will affect the next person.
We have to make something up that is
Yeah.
bad, or
Yeah.
let me think. Okay, the next person almost finds the clue to where the guild bank is, but trips over his feet and falls to the ground.
So they might still succeed. So just means something that might cause them to fail, but it might be fine.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, is Pierre next then? Pierre Laquiche. I see Phil's mouth moving, but he's not speaking in.
I was asking Phil what I had to do. Well, naturally, I'm French, so I'm gonna sit and have a cigarette, and maybe think about doing something the next turn.
What is your heirloom?
It's the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
Oh, awesome!
You've done quite well.
Good roll.
You still have a -1 from Jurgen. So you get
Still
something
something
good,
good.
which will give the next person a +1. So you should describe what happens that would give an advantage to the next person.
Like something fortunate occurs, or an enemy leaves, or is defeated, or a goblin gets a lucky break. Yes!
So I have to describe something that could be advantageous. Okay. I've lent them a cigarette, and as such, they've got a bit of a backy buzz, and this means that their next task, they have a. Philip, help me out.
What if you lent a cigarette to somebody who was going to the guild bank and they happened to mention in passing where they were going? Is that Willow? Oh,
It's
Moss.
Moss.
Oh, hi, Moss.
Oh,
Moss doesn't want to be there. Oh, no, naughty Moss.
She's not a. She
Here
doesn't
you
like to
go.
be held. Willow's usually okay with it. But...
I've got it. So okay, so Philip might look like a sweet and innocent little goblin, but he's actually a little cigarette menace. And
No, not
I'm
at
gonna
his
satisfy
age.
his cravings. There you go. He's got +1. That's right, isn't it, Philip?
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there you go. I can do this game. Also, my webcam's not working. I have got it on.
It keeps flashing black occasionally, and then I'll reset mine to see if it'll work, and it doesn't work.
You're all like, it's all like black squares for me, for you lot as well.
If you click the little circly reset button, then it might fix it for you, for us. Fix us for you, I should say.
Okay, Philip Flowerhead is gonna roll 1 dice by default. But I'm also gonna roll a second one because I'm gonna commune with the animals to see if they can figure out how to get to the guild bank.
Wait a minute, doesn't his previous good roll mean we cross off one of the squares?
No, the squares only get crossed off if you get a 5 or a 6. We've only done that
Oh,
once.
we got a 4.
Yeah, Pete got a 5 -1.
Yeah, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, it went across the screen. So I got a 5 for that one.
But you get a +1. Do you get a +1 on both your rolls?
No, it's a 4 with a +1, so it's fine.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I was getting confused. You got. Do you get an extra?
Yippee! A 5.
Okay. Did you roll twice then because you're communing with the animal?
Yeah, so I got 1 victory point. I'm gonna cross off. So like I attempted to commune with the animals, but because Pierre Laquiche had given me that cigarette, the cigarette smoke actually like knocked out the poor rabbit that I was talking to. So like I couldn't actually get any further response from them. But we got a little bit closer because we found out that the location was in a swamp.
How did you get but if you rolled a 1 then did you get damaged as well, or
Yeah.
so how did you get damaged? Did another one of the animals get mad and bite you or something?
Yeah, so before the rabbit took off, after I stubbed it out with the cigarette, it bit me on the leg. So I've actually got copious amounts of blood
You
pouring.
stubbed out your cigarette onto a rabbit.
I've got copious amounts of blood.
You are a vile excuse for a goblin.
I told you he's a menace.
Look at all the blood on his character sheet now.
Yeah, because you're like half dead after getting damaged like this. I need to draw some bruises.
Wait a minute, he's got copious blood and you've got bruising? What?
I got.
It just
like,
looks like you're crying.
It does look like I'm crying. Maybe I just am crying.
Okay, does that mean the next person gets +1 or -1?
Nothing. Neither. None. Because if you actually get damaged or get a victory point, it doesn't affect the next person. It just that happens.
Yes, of course.
Yay.
Oh, is it your turn, Dan?
I think so.
Yes, it is.
Go for it. Come on, you can do this. Find this guild bank.
At first, if I roll a d20.
A D6.
Oh. Oh. That's not what I wanted. I should have described what I was doing first. I forgot. Yeah, so I'm continuing to eat my eggs with my ancient fork, and not only was there no eggs, but I still went to eat with the fork and end up impaling my mouth with it, and I'm too preoccupied with dealing with that to be able to continue with my search for the guild bank.
And how did you get injured?
I impaled myself with an empty fork because I thought there was an egg on it.
Oh, and your testicles.
What?
Your egg-like testicles.
No.
Sure.
Your face says it all, Dan.
I mean, I'm a woman goblin.
Are you?
Patricia?
Oh yeah, okay.
So you took 1 damage for that.
Oh, let me get creative.
Green is not a creative color.
My favourite colour is green, and I'm not creative, so that makes sense.
So I think we're on to James now.
Gobbler.
Are we still
Sorry, I meant Gobbler. Yeah, we're still trying to get to the guild bank.
So naturally, Gobbler G Esquire is going to do what he does and gobble some newspapers to try and learn about the guild bank.
Oh God! He learns.
Yay, he rolls.
He learns and reads by eating the material.
Osmosis. Right, okay, Gobbler has saved the day.
Maybe he was gobbling fish and chips that were wrapped in newspaper.
Right. There we go. I like that despite being completely beat up from being mugged, my character's still got this like grin on her face.
So if that's that's a fight. That's something good. So who's next? Is it Jurgen?
Possibly, yeah.
It's me. But it's so
You get plus
so
one.
it's not, no, because Gobbler succeeded. Gobbler got a victory. So Gobbler needs to mark off the next X, the last X, am I right?
Oh yes.
For finding the guild
We
bank.
now need
So
to make a getaway vehicle. Sorry.
yes,
Make
so that's what I have to start on.
Ooh.
So well, my character's very bossy, so she's going to. Oh, I can see Peter. Yay! So my character is going to try to organize all the other goblins in and make a schedule to create this getaway vehicle to get it up and running. So that's what she's going to try to do. And she is very successful in her bossiness.
Yes, good roll.
So she will mark an X on the getaway vehicle. And now it is Gruber's turn.
Okay.
Which is you, Karen.
So Gruber is going to go rummaging through the what's it called? The dump to see if he can find spare parts, bits of engines, tires, that sort of thing, that might help with being able to build this getaway vehicle. Yes!
Nice. We're finally
Hey.
making some progress.
He
Very
manages
slow
to find
start.
several items and drops them to everybody else in a very spectacular and smelly fashion.
Should we
Why
try
are you
Mexican
waving,
wave?
Phil?
Ready? Okay, Phil, then Dad, Sarah, then me. Ready? Ready?
I don't think
What?
Dan.
Dan, you suck.
We're doing a Mexican wave.
Oh.
So I'll start.
Okay.
That was the most pathetic.
That was so awful. Oh dear.
I remember that top. It was £8.
Do you know this top?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know I wore it last time we went out?
Pay attention to the game.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Right, okay, it is Super Troll's turn.
All right. Since we have the parts and we're already building up the car, I'm trying to sit in the driver's seat and with my feet on the clutch, hoping to start the engine.
Cool.
Ah,
Oh, holy shit. How do you get injured?
so my feet was on the clutch. However, unfortunately, the clutch was loose and my feet slips into a pike that impales my foot.
Oh, ouch.
You have to draw your
I'll
foot
try to draw
being
it.
stabbed. Right, okay, it is Pierre Laquiche. We have to get this getaway vehicle working, Pierre.
Well, as you know, it's really difficult to balance. As you know, French vehicles are known for their reliability. So
French vehicles. Oh God, what you can do? Come on, tell us.
I have an idea. I actually think the issue is because it's a petrol car and someone's put diesel in it. So I put a cigarette into
No,
the petrol.
no. What? No. Why? What?
What's been happening?
Could you please put your hat back on?
You two look like gnomes. It's like Romeo and Juliet all over again.
Okay, so with the hope of burning all of the wrong fuel out of the tank so we can start the car.
Oh, good God.
Oh!
It works.
Wow.
Oh my
And the car just like, everyone happens to all be holding on to it and it just like rockets forwards and it's like, okay, we're ready to go.
It's like NOS. It's like super NOS style.
All right, so check that off. Good job. All right, Phil of the bird nose. It's time to actually disable the security at the bank. We know where it is. We have our getaway car.
Okay, so we've got our getaway car.
I bet it's really hot in that coat.
it's quite warm inside this cup. Okay, so what I'm going to use is I'm going to attempt to use the frying pan of doom to break into the vault. So I'm going to roll 2 dice for this, and it's probably going to go horrifically wrong.
So you're disabling security by knocking them out using the frying pan attack?
Yes. So in addition to my first roll, I'm going to use my second roll as well. It actually sounds like my fighter pilot when I've got this on.
Yeah.
Okay, so far so good, a 5. And a 1.
Done.
So one
That's also
success
not
and 1 injury.
So that counts as a victory, but a catastrophic death.
Oh, to die!
Yeah,
Oh no!
injury.
Yeah, but he's already got 1 injury, so he dies.
Oh no! Explain. Tell us how this happened.
So there's the first guard is standing at the doorway, and I hurl the frying pan yonder, and it soars into the air and it rebounds against the guard and actually smacks me straight back in the face, right in the stumpy leg, and my leg just goes horrifically gangrene. I can't afford the medical bills anymore, so I just die.
Somehow that happens in this like time scale.
Oh yes.
He's fairly
Right.
quick on set. He's only small as well, so really, there
The
wasn't.
baby. Oh no, not the eyes. So how do you
The
acknowledge
sad
the fact that you were on
face.
your second goblin?
That's true. We should have like goblin, like number of goblin markers.
Oh, I don't like it. Look.
We could keep a tally.
Did the flower wilt?
No, the flower! No!
Yeah, like you should leave that flower alone.
Well, we can start drawing our other characters while other people are taking their turns.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who's next?
Patricia!
It's Patricia. I just need to get these cards out my way. So, taken from the inspiration of my comrade who has died, after the work being done on stabling part of the security. My dream of being collector is something that I'm going to be trying to do on the mission at the same time, just to sort of get my foot in there. So I'm collecting his remains, trying to fashion a piece of equipment, some weird sort of flesh atronac, if you like, which can disable security. Why not?
That's horrific.
Yes. Well, we need to put these things to good use. So hopefully it works. Oh, it did. It did work very well.
That's amazing.
I reanimated his corpse with some ancient ritual, using the fork, obviously, from the items that I collected, along with his remains, and yet some more of the security has been disabled. Oh.
Right, Gobbler.
When impulse is set, like what technology is there?
Magic.
It's probably about like WoW, yeah. So
Gobbler is going to gobble. Mage's
You don't have to stick to goblin,
He does.
That's his thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's his USP.
Attempt to gobble.
you faded out. I can't hear whatever you were saying.
So
Maybe type it in the chat because we can't hear you.
Yeah, you keep like fading right after whatever the first thing you say is. Oh my gosh, Phil, your new goblet.
He's a freedom fighter who grows flowers in his ears.
Oh, only a 2.
Oh no, that sounds like a great plan too, James. All right, you got injured.
Oh no, it's not just an injury; it's a catastrophic death.
That's true because he was
Explain.
already hurt.
Oh no! Oh,
No.
curse.
That's horrible. No, Gobbler. Okay.
No. I hope it's he's still alive. Like a
Bit
twist.
spicy.
All right. Huga counts carefully the number of goblins that have died already in this bank heist, and she's disappointed in the results that have happened so far. So she is going to use her bossy ability, her feature, bossy. Can I do that, Phil? Can I use a feature to get an extra roll?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bossy feature to get an extra roll because she needs this. This is just not organized enough. This is not working out for her. So she's going to boss you guys around to try to organize this disabling of the security. Actually, I think she's going to try to boss the security and intimidate them to leave. So she's going to boss the security instead of bossing you guys. Okay, and that's the first roll. That's the second roll. So so not only does this result in Huga's catastrophic death, but now the security they're on to her. They don't take kindly to her bossing, and they murder her horribly. And then now they're also on the lookout for other goblins that may be causing trouble. So you guys have a penalty on your next attack, in addition to Huga dying horribly.
Oh, is that a hamburger she's carrying?
No, it's a coin. It's her lucky coin.
Oh.
But the lucky
I see
coin,
it
the lucky
now.
coin carries on.
Can she
Who's
flip it to me on
next?
death?
Gruber, you're next.
Hans
Shit.
Gruber.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that. Okay, all right. So, seeing that the bossiness has resulted in a vicious attack, Gruber is going to sneak round the back and attempt to pick the lock. He's going to run his hands through his greasy hair, rub it in the lock, and use his heirloom, which is the paintbrush of poking into the lock with the added grease, and hope that he is able to pick the lock. Okay, so let's try this. 2 dice rolls.
Okay, does the
Okay.
-1?
Do both of them have -1?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask Phil.
What do you think happens?
I would
Okay,
say they would both get -1 in my interpretation of the rules.
Okay, so in that case, the 4 becomes a 3, so something bad. So when the first time that he's trying to pick the lock, he slips with the thank you, Will, the excessive grease. The paintbrush of poking
I'm a unicorn.
flips out of the log and splashes some of the grease in his eyes in a real oh no, not in his eyes, in the next goblin. It splashes the grease on the floor, which affects the next goblin to turn up. So it's a bit of a greasy floor, but then he goes at it again and he gets the victory. He manages to pick the lock to the back door of the bank, and we get that much closer to disabling all the security.
All right, it's Super Troll. And did you
Okay.
check it off, Carrie?
Yeah, I have them.
Considering there is grease on the floor, I'm going to have to be extra careful. There are also kind of lasers, motion detection lasers in the room. So I'm going to try to make a sliding motion on my knees to go below the lasers and using the grease to get further along the room. That plan backfires because there was too much grease. So I slide across the room, but I splat against the back wall.
Oh no! And were you damaged?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh no! Okay. So that is Pierre, who is, I don't know what he's doing right now with his hands.
Pierre Laquiche's sick of this shit. And he thinks, fuck it. I've got a big fuck off hand grenade here. So
Oh dear.
he decides to lob it. And he reckons if he gets 5 or a 6, not only will he disable the security, but he'll take a point off breaking into the vault.
What's the consequence, though?
We'll find out. Shit! Melt!
Okay, so something bad happens. You don't get hurt, but it will influence the next person.
Le grenade. It's been manufactured in a French factory, and therefore it has a very long fuse on it, and has bounced off the wall, and is landed beneath the feet of the next person.
Lovely. That next person is Phil. Sorry, Freddie Freedom.
So Freddie Freedom's up.
Wow, is that his tiny penis showing there?
I have not drawn that.
It's the wrong color for a goblin. I'm sorry to say.
I don't know who drew that, but I definitely didn't. So Freddie Freedom is mourning the loss of his fellow goblin. So this time around, he's only going to have one roll. So you can see the failure of the rest of the goblins, and he's extremely determined to disable the security. Obviously, he didn't try hard enough.
When? Sorry.
So he tried to use some of his flowers to.
You've got a grenade.
Yeah, I was using the flowers to swat the grenade out of the water.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But apparently that did not work.
No, it didn't, sadly. So not only have I lost one of my flowers, I've also lost a life.
Yeah. Your flowers are your life, so you know. Once they're gone. Oh no! So sad!
Oh! Oh!
It's gonna get even sadder.
Slappy Pennybottom! So smooth stuff. I love Pennybottom.
I knew you'd appreciate that, Dan.
Oh, she's got an LBD on.
I think this Penny Bottom's a boy.
Oh, it's me in it. Have we disabled the security yet?
Oh, no, not yet.
It is me in it.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Okay. So, because I had such a successful attempt with my weird reanimation Manimalco-esque Atronechness, it's still alive, still going.
What a crappy shite.
It's going to give it another go. So, how do I roll again? There we go. Oh, something bad. Yeah, I thought I was pushing my luck. When it goes to actually disable the next part of the security, all its limbs fall off back into the original remains of what's his name? What was his name?
It's Philip, I think.
I know, but what was his old goblin's name?
It's called Philip.
Philip.
This one's
Philip.
called
Oh yeah.
Freddy.
Oh yeah. Phillips
Mangled corpse.
remained turns into slurry before our eyes.
Ew.
And further messes up the floor. So apologies.
That's the drips of sweat falling off of Slappy.
They're really good sweat strips, actually. Sweat tears.
Who's next?
Gobbler. Gobbler's next. Gobbler 2.
What
Oh,
does 3 do again?
Something
You get a
bad.
-1, don't you? No, you get an injury.
Is that an injury or is it?
No.
Oh, because you have a -1
Oh.
from Dan. So yeah, you have an injury.
Yeah.
Okay. During the attempt, some of the guards don't get knocked out because they're wearing armor, and they attack Gobbler. And he gets a deep cut.
No.
Right, okay. Oh, it's me. Right, okay, so Slappy appears on the scene after the horrible death of Huga. And Slappy is going to try to squeeze past the guards using his sweaty body and just squeeze past them so they won't even be able to stop him. They won't be able to get a grip on him because he's so sweaty. And that it does not work.
Holy shit. We are going badly tonight.
The and the gel, lovely. So yeah, Slappy instead, the guards realize they don't need to get a grip on Slappy. They can just, stab him with their swords. So he is stabbed, but not dead, just injured. So now, in addition to being sweaty, he has drips of blood.
Oh.
Okay, Gruber.
Okay, we're still trying to disable security. Okay, so
Yeah.
Having successfully picked the lock with the grease of his hair and having had a rummage through the what was it, the dump earlier, Gruber is just going to walk on in and exude stench in the hope that it knocks the guards out cold. So I'm going to roll 2 dice for that because I am properly stinky and vile and gross. Yeah. Okay, let's do the dice roll.
I like how geometric Jurgen's goblins are.
Okie dokie. So
Woo!
they, as
figured
I'm
that
sitting
out
there
anything about
just
circle and square.
stinking, the guards are absolutely horrified. Oh my god, they're just bark. They run towards me. They throw this is World of Warcraft, right? They throw a spear at me to get rid of this vile stench. I get injured. I get stabbed in the side, and then the stench overwhelms them and knocks them out cold.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Right, that's Jurgen next. Super Troll. Gobbling.
All right, I'm still putting the character together, but let's see. We're breaking into the vault. So we disabled the security, but did we get to the door?
We have disabled the security, but now we have to actually break into the vault itself. So there's no longer guards attacking us, but we have to actually get through the safe.
All right. So because of my expertise, I'm quickly able to identify the super fancy security that is outside of the safe. So I'm gonna try to use this knowledge and crack the first code.
Right. So if you want to, you can roll 2 dice.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Right. So you both make a success, but you also get injured in the process. So you have to describe how that happens.
Let me think. So one of the first codes, I got lucky, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4. But then on the second code, I typed in 0, 0, 0, 0, but it was the wrong code. So the panel closed on my hands, so I got stuck.
Oh no! All right, so you can X off one of the break into the vault boxes, and then also X off one of your health boxes.
How do you make a straight line again?
You can go to draw shapes, or go to the drawing thing, and then click freehand, and you can freely draw. So you click on the brush and then click freehand. There you go. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a straight line. Do whatever shape you want. Right. Then it's Pierre's turn, I believe.
I think Dan's fallen over.
Dan! Dan, where are you, Dan?
I'm just closing the windows.
Oh, I see.
But
You're,
I've got no
you're
trousers
preventing
on.
us from looking at your lack of trousers.
Maybe you need to draw a little Willy on your character. Oh.
Ah!
Alors, bonjour. Pierre is a bit bored of not getting into the safe. So after finishing his cigarette, he realizes that the bomb that fell to like Pierre to Freddy didn't actually explode, and yet the fuse is still going, still burning away. So he decides to re-lob the holy hand grenade at the vault.
Oh
in the hope
yeah.
that it opens it. What the fuck?
So you can use 2 die rolls then if you want to.
So yeah. So because well actually because it's the same rules for the holy hand grenade apply. So so it's only 1 dice roll, but it can take 2 hit points off the vault.
Oh.
Is that a thing?
I have no idea, but let's just say it's a thing. It's good.
It's a thing. Okay.
Voila!
Okay, so that's something good. It's,
So it's not a victory, but the next person gets a +1. No, hang on a minute, because Jurgen
should they get? No, Jurgen Jurgen got a victory and
oh, so there's no negatives or positives, is there? So it's
No.
it's just something good, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a victory, but something good happens.
Something good. So
Sorry.
Dan's obviously bored at this point.
The bomb explodes, but it doesn't do any considerable damage to the vault and only leaves a sort of scorched ember mark, which is a bit sooty and might provide the next person with a bit of grip on the vault. Therefore, +1, and now you can
Nice.
leave. There you go.
Good.
Oh,
Okay, I think it's you, Phil.
There's Peter and Phil.
It's my turn now.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
Okay, so I've got +1. So I'm feeling quite lucky. We're doing okay so far. I've got 1 plant left. I might bargain it, might not. Not quite sure how yet I'm going to use the plant. Maybe. Maybe.
In the cracks of the safe, you could use the plants to weaken the structure.
Maybe tie it to like the door handle or something, and just see if the plant will have enough force to rip the lock off.
I am Groot.
So I'm gonna roll 2 dice for this, because I can.
Dude, you get a +1 to both of them, so it's a good time to do that.
Sweet.
Right, okay. So you
Get
succeed
victory.
and get injured, and the +1 wouldn't have mattered.
Oh my god, you've lost another one.
So valiantly, the plant on the door handle method actually seemed to do some trick. The door's a bit loose, like it's almost open, but just not quite. And because I had to sacrifice my plant, obviously Freddie Freedom can't like sort of deal with that, so he has to forfeit himself. Oh look, I can rotate them as well. So as the plant like falls out of his ear, as it falls out of his ear, he succumbs to his previous injuries. And he's not very sensible either, because he should be wearing some pants. So the other goblin.
Very obvious testicles there have succumbed to the injuries.
Well, I definitely didn't draw them on. Anyway, we're almost there.
Right. All right. Dan, what is
Daniel.
Patricia going to do? We need 1 more success to break into the vault.
She's just been absent-mindedly pottering about, looking at a fork. While this has been going, and I thought, just a simple lock, which she can use her ancient fork to pick. Simple but good. And let's see if it works.
So you can roll 2 dice if you want to. Well, don't need to, apparently.
It was just a simple solution that was needed all along.
Yeah.
The lock successfully picked on the back of the fork in being inserted into said hole, and the vault door breaks free.
Well, I hate to say it, but a paintbrush of poking also worked earlier, so yeah, this seems to be a thing.
Right. Now, Gobbler, it is time to attempt to get away with the loot using our getaway car that we created.
So Gobbler is just going to try grab as much loot as possible and shove it into the vehicle house.
He does a damn good job.
Nice.
I'd say Gobbler like managed to carry all the loot that is in the bank at once into the car, and now we just need to escape in the car.
In his stomach, like Rain Man.
Is that what he's done? He's just eaten it, James. He's just eaten the loot.
Yeah, sure. And he just regurgitates it back into the
He ungobbled it.
Right, okay.
Blasted up into the back of the car.
So as we get into the car, gonna try to sweat onto the behind us to make it slippery so that the people chasing us.
That's
won't
so
be able to
vile.
catch
Oh,
Hey, you're the one with the stinky goblin
no, but
evoking waves of stench.
you're gonna sweat. The road slippery.
I'm gonna roll 2 dice. Oh, that's not good. All right, so while this is an excellent plan, and does give us a success, so it successfully sweats up the roads. But as we drive away, Slappy, because he's so sweaty, slips off the back of the car also and falls and then is crushed by the pursuing vehicles.
James,
Oh,
cross off a getaway with a loop.
Hmm?
James needs
Oh.
to cross off getaway with a loop.
Oh, he does. James, you do the first one. I'm doing the second one.
Oh, Slappy Penny Bottom dies.
Yes. But it's okay, because somehow another one of my goblins will appear in the getaway
Oh, it's a
car with
ghost.
you. Right, okay, so we're now in the chase sequence. So Gruber, how are you going to help us get away from our pursuers?
Okay, so I am going to. Oh God, what am I going to do? I am going to drive the vehicle furiously round corners in an attempt to shake off our pursuers. Okay, and with my slightly greasy hands, which have recently been run through my greasy hair, the wheel slips from my fingers. I lose control enough to hit a post of some sort, I think, or another car. I slam forward, but everyone else is wearing seatbelts, so it's okay. But I unfortunately was not wearing a seatbelt, so I slam my forehead into the steering wheel and get a massive head trauma, which results in my hideous and untimely death.
oh,
Goodbye, Gruber. All right,
he was so greasy.
It was, and stinky.
Gobbling is next.
Yes, so the car was a little bit steerless because of Gruber's untimely demise. So we had to take control of the wheel again. I'm trying to use my magnetic ring to latch onto the car so I can get back on the wheel.
Okay, so that is not a failure, but it is something bad that will give the next person a -1. So
Oh,
describe what
poor
disadvantage happened.
Hmm. As I reach for the steering wheel, I don't actually grab the wheel itself, but my hand pushes in the middle of the wheel, sounding the horn really loud.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I don't know if you've ever been to France, but French people can't drive. And I'm a very aggressive driver. I drive very quickly. And pressing the horn is
On the wrong side of the road.
on the wrong side of the road. We had a death-defying experience in a bus, didn't we, on the way back in south of France? So pressing the horn's no big issue for me. But I'm an aggressive driver. I drive very quickly, and I don't care who gets in my way because I'm French. So, due to my driving abilities, something will happen.
Karen, has your character not taken any damage at all this game?
Nope. He is French. So something good happens. -1. Something bad happens. I get stuck in a traffic jam because I'm so busy driving quickly that I don't look like we're going the right way. And I take the wrong slipway off the motorway. We're now stuck in a traffic jam, but sort this out. Still no damage, though.
So, Freddie Freedom is no more. He's been replaced by his brother, Gaudy Variety. Gaudy Variety. He has some sort of... It's a pair of flaming wings, which obviously look incredibly artistically drawn, and like it's just absolutely like breathtaking. Like the quality and effort that's gone into making this character. So we're stuck in the traffic jam, and we're like, right, what we're gonna do, guys? Should we bring the frying pan out? That's all I'm saying. Will the frying pan help us in the traffic jam? I think it will, because we can see like a pedestrian crossing in the distance, and obviously if you press the button on the pedestrian crossing, the lights will change on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and hurl the frying pan at the pedestrian button to change the lights.
Right.
And obviously that completely just did not fucking go to plan. So the frying pan, actually, I went to throw the frying pan by opening the window, and my actual arm just comes completely off because I didn't see a passing seagull.
A seagull.
A seagull that was violently flying in the opposite direction of the bus. So yeah, that was pretty catastrophic. Didn't really contribute much there. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to cross that off, actually. Sorry. I got a bit too eager there. Is it down now?
Yes.
Yes. I forgot this. If I push the talk button, it's typing in the chat box right now. So we're getting away, and I decide that I'm going to use my ancient fork to do a spell, a ritualistic ancient spell, to a celestial body like the sun to help us out by smoothing the tarmac, or the goblin version of tarmac.
Goblin tarmac.
It's going to get good in a second, I promise. Goblin tarmac. Which means we get away faster. Right, let's roll the dice for that. It works.
That was the fucking worst story I've ever heard.
It's because I didn't listen to the past couple, so I didn't know where we were.
That was absolutely shite.
Well, it works. My scrying, I guess, maybe to the sun worked, and it smoothed out the goblin tarmac. So now we're going up just that extra bit faster. I think that deserves a cross. Oh, that was quite large.
Calm down there.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, is it my go?
Yes, please do something about just do anything.
So, Goblin lean out the side of the window and regurgitate some of the previous stuff he's eaten in hopes of causing the people chasing us to slip. Okay, so that's something good, right?
Okay, so what do you do then? That's good. How are you gonna improve things for Penny Bottom?
So rather than making the people chasing us slip and crash out, sort of, it actually helps our tires on the car grip the road better, and we end up going slightly faster.
Hang on a minute. I shouldn't have crossed the last one, but you should cross this one. So we'll leave that cross there.
Why? Oh,
Because
No,
I
I think
got
you
a
should put
5.
another cross there. I think you should.
Oh, wait.
It's a 5 and a 6 for victory.
Oh, no, I should have. Yeah, I should have put a cross, sorry.
yeah,
I
so
thought a
it's,
1 took away from my 5, but it didn't.
it's Penny Bottom's go then.
Slappy bottom Penny.
Oh, not anymore. I've changed my name. It's now Gorp
Oh.
Penny Bottom. So Gorp, seeing the fall of Slappy, his compatriot, he's a big fat dude. He likes to eat a lot. Gorp's gonna jump on and attempt to jump onto one of the pursuing cars, and then because he's not in the car yet, he's watching from the sidelines. He's gonna attempt to jump onto one of the pursuing cars and then bounce with his fat body into our car to then escape with us. So that's his plan.
Oh dear.
He misses the pursuing car, so he just hits the pavement, and he does bounce into our car, so he's with us now, but he gets some pretty bad road rash from jumping from a great height onto pavement. So that's Gruber's turn, or whomever Gruber is now.
Is that me now? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, right. Yeah, so same issue I had with Dan. I didn't listen to a single thing because I was too busy colouring in my person. What happened? What happened?
Gorp just joined you by leaping off a building and attempting to land on one of the enemy pursuing vehicles, but instead landing on the road and bouncing into our car. Yeah.
Okie dokie. So the Grim has he's easily angered, and we have put so much effort into this, and we have lost so many of our people that he has absolutely infuriated. So he comes launching from the sidelines. He comes flying in a ninja kick with his black gear and hairstyle and all, yeah, and he attempts to kick out the pursuing vehicles. And I've done a double roll there because of his anger. So I have no penalties, right?
No penalty. So
Double victory.
That's a double victory!
And I think because you got a double victory, does that carry on to the next section, Phil, or what does that do? He's just giggling at me. Phil.
Pete says
It does.
Okay, so he not only kicks out an entire pursuing car, but you guys are so impressed that you're like, yeah, I think, the Grim deserves to have an awesome amount of loot because he is clearly not to be messed with when he's pissed off. There you go.
Fair enough. All right, so we have escaped thanks to the Grimm's timely intervention. We're back at our hideout, and now we've got to decide what happens to the loot. So, Gobbling.
Yeah, obviously, when you look at my name, I like loot. I like it a lot. So if I succeed, I will take part of the loot.
Ooh, what are you
Using
going to
your
take?
Magnetic ring.
Yeah, the magnetic ring will pull in the loot towards me.
So you can
Double
use
roll!
2 rolls then,
Oh, 2 rolls.
if you want to. It's up to you. But I'd say definitely your magnetic ring could be used in that respect.
Okay, yeah, it should be interesting. Did the first one go through?
No. There's 1. And there's a 6. Okay.
Ooh.
So you do succeed. You get 1 success. You can decide what loot you get, but you also get damage. So maybe it hits you in the face or something.
Yeah, so at first I managed to grab some of the loot, but I'm so it's so stuck to my ring that it drags me down and I fall to my death.
Oh, because you only have one,
Oh, to your death!
1 health.
Oh, no.
No!
You suffocate under the weight of the metal and the treasure that comes to you.
All right, but we do get one success towards one success towards deciding.
That certainly helps us decide what happens to the loot.
Yeah,
He ain't
well,
giving
yeah.
it to Gobbling
Gobbling
anymore.
doesn't
He's
get it.
dead.
He's dead. All right, Pierre, who is yet undamaged in this.
Oh my god! How did that happen?
He's good at running away.
Listen up,
Freaking
motherfuckers.
French.
Right? I've just found my garlic grenades that I had kept.
Didn't it explode?
No, that was my holy hand grenade. These are my
Oh,
garlic
you've a
grenades.
garlic grenade is a separate thing. Okay.
Right, now, listen, the lot of you, right? If I get a 5 or a 6, I get all the loot.
What?
You have to roll 2 5 or 6s to get all the loot. Dan, what are you doing?
It's a long story.
Okay.
It's a weird story.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll tell it.
It's
It's
like a waterfall.
a long story.
This is an ice pole wrapper. I'm trying to blow air into it and pop it.
Okay. Pierre has done something good and something bad. Does that cancel? I think that cancels out into something ineffective. It's what Pierre has done.
Yeah, we get both a +1 and a -1. Oh no.
So, Pierre got a bit tired from throwing the grenades and decided to have another nap. He's having a little siesta.
Forever.
He's still not been damaged.
But feels like he should have some sort of, token loot, considering he's the only one who's actually survived. I think, am I the only one who's only... Oh, no.
Yeah, but he's also the one person who hasn't done anything.
He's French.
Right.
Good answer.
Still, it is Gordy Variety's turn.
I actually forgot to knock off a health point because I lost my arm
Yeah.
in the getaway.
So you're damaged. But you're not dead.
No, I'm not quite out yet.
So hold on, who was the green X on this success of these deciding what happens to the loot?
That was
Jurgen.
Jurgen, okay, but he's dead now, so he doesn't get any. So far, the only person getting loot is Carrie.
Oh yeah.
So Phil, what are you doing with Gordy?
Your friend.
Gordy has
Sharing it with
dreams
me.
to go
Yeah.
and live with his animal friends.
Oh.
and he needs to sell. He needs to collect some of the gold coins because he wants to start an animal sanctuary. Because some of these animals could have better lives. And someone's drawing all over my character now.
So that you don't have one of your arms.
Oh yeah, of course. So I'm trying to take it as like a donation, and I'm hoping that no one will notice me like just pocket a few coins.
I have to ask you something. Is that flower meant to be like your erect penis?
Yes.
Oh wow! I never even noticed that.
Right. Okay.
So what's
Thorny.
penises?
Phil, you have died while attempting to pocket these coins. I think that Carrie's character saw you pocketing the coin.
Rage!
No,
Yeah.
actually,
No, it's up to you. What happened to you?
Okay. Well, with my one hand, I attempt to put the coins in my pocket, but then I realise that I put loads of mouse traps in my actual pocket. And they're like, these are like ogre grade ogre traps.
like bear claws.
Like bear claws, yes. And I pretty much just cleave the other hand off, like straight off.
And then you just
Are
die
you
of
lost both
blood loss.
hands?
Yeah, I lose both hands, so I'm pretty
Oh,
useless.
no.
So you're not dead, just useless.
Well, I am pretty much dead, but
You could almost call him armless. Please
God.
oh no.
Somebody's
Okay,
changed my nostrils
They don't look any different to me.
from circles to rectangles.
Oh,
Right,
were they?
okay. Patricia is the only other person who has survived this whole time. Patricia. Oh no, wait. Has
Go,
Gobbler?
Patricia.
Oh no, it's just Gobbler 2. So Patricia, it's your turn.
Ah, well, I'm quite a philanthropic person in general.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Or are you gonna eat it?
Well, I wanted to collect it. So I'm going to roll twice and try and take all the loot for myself. It's good
Oh.
so far.
Oh, you get injured.
Oh,
Oh no, you die! No,
Oh,
Patricia
no.
dies horribly. So did you achieve a success?
But I get an extra life. Because...
So how do you succeed before you die?
Oh,
Yeah.
so
And how do you die?
I get halfway there outside with all the loot. Like, not obviously like I'd agreed with somebody that it was a bond and then they'd taken it out. It's like a little bit of paper to the value of all the loot. And then somebody catches me and then you communally kill me. It's quite romantic, actually. Sacrificial.
Who catches you and kills you? Is it Carrie's scary, angry character?
I think it's the newcomer Pete the Pirate.
Right.
Because he just came up to me yo-hoing excessively with his parrot. The parrot caught me. The parrot caught me initially.
He is a
Pulled
pirate,
it
and
out.
pirates do love loot, so.
Yeah, that's true. So he's the guy who caught me, unfortunately. Goodbye, everyone.
You have to redraw your character.
It'll keep the same concept. Maybe it'll just have blue hair.
Yeah.
Sonic. Or pink, Amy Rose.
Do it.
All right, Gobbler. You need to check one success off though, Dan, because you did succeed partially. Gobbler, you are next.
Goblet is going. Gobble.
Dan, that's the most awful checking off I've ever seen. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna randomly put things in here. It's fine.
James, we can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, James.
Is that better? Oh,
Yeah.
A little, but it's just sometimes it cuts out.
I need to try some. It's working at the moment. Goblet
Nope.
attempted.
Sorry, James. Right, okay. He
Yeah,
rolled a
makes
one.
sense. What do you mean he rolled one?
He did. He rolled a 1.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah. Oh shit. He said he gets hurt. Oh.
Guys,
Constipation.
something was sharp amidst all the loot or something. Sweet Nike boots.
Sweet Nike boots.
Right, okay. All right, Gorp. Because the penny bottom expertise is at counting things, Gorp is going to be very, very sure that he gets his part of the loot. So he's going to be counting it out very carefully. So I'm going to roll 2 dice.
Good choice.
Okay, so
Something good. That's fine.
Gorp is very, very careful about this, and he's trying to be very fair. So he doesn't have a success, but the next person has a much better idea of how the loot should be distributed, and that person is Carrie the Grim.
Okay, so having already determined that I should have a share because I took out that chasing vehicle that allowed us to escape with the loot, I'm a bit embarrassed about asking for more. You know, we all kind of had a bit of a share, and I'm blushing a bit, but I kind of think that maybe we should just share it amongst who is here, and I'm going to start just sort of dishing things out to how I feel it should be fair to people, having already taken the portion that I think is my lion's share. The rest I shall dish out evenly. So I shall try that whilst blushing furiously. Okay, so I'm so embarrassed about the fact that I have clearly taken.
Remember that's a 4 though, because you get a bonus.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is it not
good.
technically
Okay.
a 5?
Does she get
You've
2
got
bonuses?
2 4s.
Because if I got 2 4s.
Does it mean the game is over?
Yeah, it's
I
a
think
5.
that's what it should mean. It's a 5.
Okay. So in that case, we'll take it as a 5
That's
then. And even though I'm blushing furiously, I'm so embarrassed because oh my god, I'm like clearly taking so much. But I'm going to try and dish out.
16.
What? Yeah, plus yeah, it's all right. Thank you. It's very late. So I'm blushing furiously, and I'm dishing out the loot. I give it to everybody who is currently alive. I'm also considerate of the people who have passed away, but I have taken the lion's share for myself. Well,
Thank God for that.
I hope that the artwork of our goblins has been saved in the annals of the Seven Serpents.
I've only posted the original lot, so I will see if I can save the next lot. Hold on.
So say I had one in between, my sweaty guy. What happened to Gobbler?
He now has 2 eye patches.
It's like an undead with the like
Yeah.
things on their eyes.
Okay, so I've done our original characters and our final characters are posted in Discord.
Kerry, why are you blocking my face with your cards?
What cards?
On the screenshots, you're blocking my face.
Oh yeah, I genuinely don't know how to get rid of it. I have tried right clicking, left clicking. I don't know what to do to get rid of these bloody cards.
Daisy. Sorry.
What's wrong with Daisy?
She looks.
She had a bit of Botox, okay?
I like her eyelashes. They're like the
I'm like,
sun.
what? Yeah, she's got like rays of the sun.
They're like those moles with the lips. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Yes, I know what you mean. They're really horrible.
Like imagine they eat things like this. Like they just grab it with their lips.
Okay, Peter. Genuinely, how much do you know of French?
A competent amount.
So, like, what does it all mean? What you're writing? Because I don't know a shit.
Which bit?
All of it.
Well, you can probably get what's written on my character.
Je suis as I am. Are you saying you're tired? No, I don't know. Shut up.
It's
Dan.
just like
Just feel tired.
it's a bit.
Oh, it is
mean.
actually tired. Okay.
Well,
Fabien Petit Helen. No, I haven't no idea.
That was Dad.
What does it mean?
Fabien Petit, Hélène Dupree.
What does it mean?
They're just names.
Oh, okay. Bonjour. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I got. Yeah, all right.
What? Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, I got that one.
By the way, I've just got pictures of Roy getting second place in this massive pub quiz down in Norwich, where he is right now.
What is the prize for second place?
I don't know. They've got some kind of box in the hand. One of the people. I don't know if they've actually won something or what. I don't really know what's happened. Apparently they were in a tie for first place, but they lost the tiebreaker.
Oh, burn.
Yeah, he's been down there running around being social. I'm really proud of him because he's not usually a very social person outside of the guild, of course.
Well, we've been social as well. This has been awesome.
Yeah, I would have been bored without you guys, so thank you.
No, honestly, thank you so much for running these nights because this is so much fun.
We definitely should get Tabletop Simulator because we could do so much stuff with that. It could be quite fun. But everyone would have
But
to
that's
get
something
it,
we got to pay for, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Monopoly.
Oh, so we kind of need to invest in it and just do it.
Yeah, it lets you play like any game. It's really cool.
There are some because I think I've already got the game already, but I think you can actually buy like 4-player packs.
Yes, you can.
That's
how I got mine.
I'm not buying them.
So what's it called again?
Tabletop Simulator.
Where do you buy it from? Is it from Steam? Or
Yeah, it's on Steam.
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 There's a VR version too, so if you have VR, you can like actually be at the table with us.
Well, I've got a game which supports VR. You might have seen it before, actually, Sarah. The bomb disposal. It's like a bomb defusal game.
Are you talking about Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes?
Yeah, it supports VR now, so you can.
I've heard about that.
That is a friggin' fantastic game. It is so much fun. And it's technically 2-player, but you can play with as many people as you want, because what we did is we'd have one person who was just dealing with the bomb, and everybody else was looking at the like different pages of the bomb manual, so that we could all help the person who's actually got the bomb and is disposing of it, because they don't know how to do anything on their own.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the game I linked?
No,
I don't think so.
That's a different one. The one where you have to guide them through the maze.
Is that what the one I linked is?
Yeah, no, we were talking about Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Guys, I think I'm going to go to the shop and get some chocolate, as we discussed earlier.
What type of chocolate?
I don't know yet. Let's see what tickles my
It
fancy.
better not be dairy milk.
Not a fucking Twix.
Oh, it won't be Twix.
Twixes are delicious.
They are
Go for a
delicious.
boost.
I'm actually a fan of dairy milk, but I don't get just plain. I get dairy milk Oreo.
Wait, no, oh no! Oh my god! I can feel my
Aw.
teeth.
It's
Like-
delicious.
I like
Ow.
whole nuts and fruit and
Or
nuts.
twirls. I like
Fruit and
twirls.
nuts. Yes.
I do like
No, nuts are gross. They shouldn't be in chocolate.
No, they're
They're like
nice.
this slimy, gross texture amidst your delicious chocolate.
Slightly. What?
They're
Yes.
crunchy. They're crisp.
No, they're disgusting.
Curly whirly.
Oh, that is the worst.
Oh,
That is the
Curly
worst.
whirly.
I've got to.
No,
I
they're
know. I've
gross.
got to work to eat it.
the
Mine.
worst is a slightly warm curly whirly as well, because then there's no sort of rigidity to the chocolate and it just turns into sort of like a gloopy globular mess that has no structural integrity and will just pay no bill.
That's really
No,
like, oh, I
not good.
found the inner tray of a selection box in August back from Christmas. It's got the curly whirly left in it. Oh,
Next time you talk to Andrew, ask him to say curly whirly.
curly whirly.
Curly whirly.
Curly whirly.
No. He rolls R, so it'd be curly whirly.
That was as good as a burglar alarm.
Burglar alarm. Every time someone with that accent says world, I get really happy. There was this YouTuber who had the same accent as Andrew. I don't know where exactly they're from, so I don't want to but Aberdeen. but every time, and he was talking about a game, and of course in games you often have worlds. So every time he would say world, I was just like so happy.
Okay, Sarah. Shall I
What?
get Tabletop Simulator or Tabletop Simulator 4-pack?
Well, if you have
How many
4
personalities
people
you
that
got?
would want you to have it, then get the 4-pack. But otherwise, get one. I already have it, so I don't. I don't need it myself.
Explain what's the difference?
So the
A
4-pack is
contains 4 games. Four
Four different games at the same time.
copies.
no
Different
4
of
copies of the
Same
game.
For friends.
It's for a group of people.
Wait, hold
It
on.
contains
Right, so
4
if I
Steam
want to
keys.
play like a board game with 4 people, do I need to have the 4-pack?
No.
Only
well,
if you
no.
want. If they don't have it and you want to give them a copy of the game. Okay, Carrie, imagine you go to Tesco and there is 1 copy of a game and then there is 4 copies in the same package. That is what the 4-pack is.
Where
It's
do you
just
go and
4
buy?
copies of
See.
the same
Where do
game.
So
you
it
go?
is
Pack of
it's gifting
ripples.
other people the
Yes.
simulator. Right,
Yeah.
right.
You can buy an individual toilet roll, or you can get.
Can you?
That is the best analogy.
Who actually
That's
does one?
best. Yeah,
That's a
okay,
sick
okay,
world if you
okay.
could buy 1 toilet roll.
We get a 12 pack in this household. Quilted.
Right, okay.
It might be something to bring up tomorrow
What?
to see
a
if any.
toilet roll?
No, not toilet roll. About the bloody game. To see if, because I think there are a few people who are interested. I don't know if Marcus and Dennis have played as well. I have a feeling that they both have. But it's technically cheaper to get the 4-pack as opposed to the first, like just one.
Yeah, it just means that if you're going to have people pay you for it, then you have to transfer money. It might be a pain in the ass. So. Right. I'm going away. Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
I love it.
I used to wave goodbye like this. When I was a kid.
How do they say bye in The Sims? Is it my Shino?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Philip.
Bye, Philip.
Thanks for tonight.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Have a wonderful evening. Bye. Oh.
Like that.
Dan, you do realise this is on the stream?
I can see your ovula.
Can you see my
Please
belly?
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only got one.
Teeth, mate.
How dare you? My teeth are white.
I can see a bit of plaque between like.
There's no plaque there. I'm very.
Go brush your teeth, mate.
Well, that's a good one to end it on.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. He's like half naked, right?